So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Ashley Dowell. I'm the head of college and career readiness here at the Jersey City Free Public Library. And thank you for joining us for our second annual virtual college fair. We have a list of wonderful presenters from NJCU, SUNY New Paltz, BNCC, Metropolitan College of New York, Hostos, Rutgers, Northwestern, Seton Hall, William Patterson, and NJIT. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to turn it over to Giovanni Gallery from BMCC, Borough of Manhattan Community College.
Thank you for that, Ashley, and welcome everyone. My name is Giovanni, Assistant Director of Admissions, Recruitment, and Outreach at BMCC. I'm just going to share my screen momentarily and get started with our presentation. Alrighty, so that was just a little background music just to get us going. So that's just the essence of who we are here at Borough of Manhattan Community College. We are part of the City University of New York, also known as CUNY, recognizing that many of you live in New Jersey. An important thing for you all to know is that BMCC is not too far away from where you may be. So we are the first stop off the PATH train in Lower Manhattan. As a footnote, if you'd like to learn more about BMCC more in depth, we also have sessions that we host throughout the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom. So you're more than welcome to join us if you want to go through the application process. We provide assistance. We can also talk about our 50 academic programs that we offer here at BMCC to help you find what you may be looking for. And we also do a Q&A openly on Thursdays at 3 p.m., as well as info sessions each and every Thursday at 6 p.m. So a variety of different options that we have. So now we're going to delve into our enrollment process here. As a two-year institution known as a community college, we have what's called open enrollment. So that means that regardless of your academic profile, your financial profile, or even your citizenship status, you can then begin your journey here at BMCC. We take great pride in our diversity, which we're going to touch on a little bit later. An important footnote for you to know is that even though we have open enrollment, which means that as long as you graduate from high school, you can essentially start here at BMCC, we then have to do a review of your academic history. And so we do what's called a proficiency index, which is a review of your academic record to then determine if you're ready to begin with credit-bearing courses on a collegiate level, or if you might need some additional assistance in math, reading, and writing. Maybe you were a little underprepared or not quite ready for college. And that's totally okay. There are a lot of students who graduate from high school or who have a high school diploma or its equivalent who are a little uneasy about starting their collegiate process. And that's essentially why community colleges are established, and also one of the reasons why BMCC is open in terms of our enrollment status. We have a variety of different programs that are geared to meet you where you are in terms of your academic preparation. So if you are a student that excels a little bit more and you're ready to make that transition, you're ready for credit-bearing courses and so forth, we have our ASAP program, which we're going to touch on in a little bit. We have honors programs and so forth. But if you are a student that either needs some additional financial support or some academic assistance, we also have programs to meet you as well. So once that happens, you are then able to then move on to our orientation process, which is currently being done virtually. Once you complete orientation, you are then able to then start with advisement, and then you are able to choose your classes. And there's a lot of variety when it comes to our class selection because we serve such a diverse community of learners here at BMCC. Now, aside from our location, a major consideration for students happens to be financial, right? So we are a very affordable institution, and we take great pride in that. 90% of our students are able to graduate debt-free. 70% of our students are also able to attend tuition-free, right? So that's a great advantage for many of our students who may be thinking not only about going on for their bachelor's degree, but also thinking about graduate school, law school, medical school, and other options that may occur as well. And we talked about our diversity a little bit, but we also have scholarships available that we offer to our students, regardless of their citizenship status. If you are an undocumented student, international student, a part-time student, a transfer student, a student with accommodations, it doesn't matter. We offer aid to each and every student that we have here at BMCC. Because our goal is to remove the barriers to access higher education, just to make sure that we can equip you with the tools that you need to go on. And students enroll in community colleges for a variety of different reasons. Some of it may be that they were accepted to a prestigious four-year institution that costs a little bit too much for them and their families at this time. So they decide they want to save up for their first 2 years before they make that transition. Others may have family obligations, commutes, and other life circumstances that may require them to stay local or to explore other options, maybe remote. For some of you that are living in New Jersey, right? If you don't want to travel at this time because of the pandemic, we are certainly more than accommodating. So that's something that we want to keep in mind. So you can actually start your financial aid application at the same time as you complete your CUNY application as well. The CUNY application itself is only $65, and you can certainly include BMCC as one of those options. I'm going to skip over the financial aid piece because that's universal, but again, it's just very important for you to know that when you're going through the college process, that you certainly want to make sure you submit the FAFSA to optimize the aid that you can receive, whether that's for our New York State residents or for anyone that is just pursuing college as a whole. So now we're going to talk specifically about BMCC and how we're able to engage students. So BMCC is the largest community college in the state of New York by enrollment. We have nearly 30,000 students that we serve here at BMCC. We're also the most popular option by enrollment amongst our CUNY campuses. So 30,000 students is a lot, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be a classroom with 500 students or even on Zoom with 300 people or even on Instagram, right? So we just want to make sure that you're aware of that. Now we're located in Lower Manhattan. So pretty much all the subway trains stop around us. As I mentioned before, we have the PATH train that comes to us as well. So if you're coming from New Jersey, that's another way of being able to access us. Now off campus, we have the South Street Seaport, we have City Hall, we have One Police Plaza, we have the Regal Battery Park movie theater, we have a Chipotle, we have a Target, we have a Whole Foods, we have food trucks, we have a Shake Shack, we have a Five Guys. So you're gonna have a lot of options in our area. So you're not going to be homesick or anything of that nature. And you're really going to get the New York experience if that's something that you're interested in. Some other highlights about us: we're one of the top 5 community colleges in the country. We're also #1 in the state of New York in awarding degrees in business, education, computer technology, computer information sciences, and criminal justice. But beyond that, as I mentioned before, we have over 50 academic programs here at BMCC. Business was the first major that we ever offered, and being located in the financial district on Wall Street, naturally we do business well. But we also offer nursing as one of our most popular majors. Criminal justice is a highlighted, education and liberal arts, because you have so many students that are just exploring and getting their foundation in a collegiate space. Our diversity. So we talked before about the 30,000 students that we have here at BMCC, but most of our students also identify as students of color. That diversity is not only reflected amongst our student body, but also amongst our staff, our faculty, our administration, as well as in our programs and our policies. So if you are accustomed to having free and reduced lunch at your respective school, know that we also have a Panther Pantry available for our students that may need access to food while they're going through their collegiate process. If you are a student that's accustomed to traveling for free or discounted or whatnot, we also have programs that provide support, whether it's unlimited monthly Metro cards for those that are in New York or other travel assistance. We have programs that provide book vouchers for our students, tuition waivers for summer and winter courses in general as well. So we have a variety of different supports to meet our students where they are, as they are. So if you're looking for that traditional college experience, we have that too. We have over 80 student clubs and organizations ranging from athletics, intramurals, to special interest groups, cultural clubs, religious clubs, and so forth. So there's a variety of different things that you can get involved in. But the most important thing I want to highlight here is that 75% of our graduates go on to pursue their degrees at senior colleges or four-year institutions, some of which you're going to hear from later today. And so that's important because our model here at BMCC is start here, go anywhere. And not just within New York, but also beyond New York. So if you want to go to Chicago, you want to go back to New Jersey, you want to go to my home state of California, you can certainly do so. We have partnerships with public and private colleges, both in the state of New York and outside of the state. So literally think of BMCC like an Uber, right? We may not necessarily be your dream goal or your destination, but we are your means to that destination, right? And so allow us to essentially serve in that capacity. So we really want to make sure that we just provide that to you. So our classes start as early as 7 o'clock in the morning, go as late as 11 o'clock at night. You can take classes online, which we've always offered even before the pandemic. You can also take classes on Saturdays. So there's a lot of flexibility, as we understand that we have some students that are working, that have family obligations and so forth, that are commuting from different distances. So we want to make sure that we empower each and every student at BMCC to choose the right schedule that works for them. We also operate on a 15-week semester model, which is very common at many senior colleges, which also enables a lot of our students to be prepared for that transition when they go on to pursue their bachelor's degree or even further on from there. So there's a common misconception that if you start at a community college, that's going to take you longer to complete your degree. So a part of those support programs that we highlighted before, if you're in those programs, are really geared to making sure that you're taking at least 15 credits per semester. So that way you can graduate in 2 years and then move on to pursue your bachelor's degree at a senior college. So in 4 years, you're essentially walking out with 2 degrees instead of 1. Now, when we talk about places that our students can go, there's always concerns or questions about transferability of credits. So think about these institutions: NYU, Stony Brook, Cornell, Columbia, LIU Brooklyn, and FIT, right? There's a mixture of schools there, right? So if the classes you're taking at BMCC can transfer here seamlessly, which means there's no questions asked about the opportunities that you would have at those institutions, they can also transfer to any other institution that you're thinking about as well. And that's what our advisors are really here to do, to make sure that you're taking the right courses to set yourself up to be the most competitive candidate when you're applying as a transfer student to that destination school or that senior college that you may have in mind. And so we really want to make sure that you understand that you have a lot of opportunities available to you, regardless of your current profile. Another thing that a lot of students don't understand is that when you start in college, you start with a clean slate. So no one's looking at what you did in the 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, or even the 12th grade, right? When you start in college, you are beginning anew, right? And so your identity, your GPA, your grades that you earn in that first semester, that's now what we're going to use as our litmus to kind of build up your profile. And if we have to rebrand you or whatnot, or helping you get to that next institution that you want to, we'll then be able to do that for you. So that's something that we want to make sure that we relate to you. So let's say you want to major in small business entrepreneurship because you want to be your own CEO. You can do that as well. Multimedia programming and design, animation, motion graphics. You can do education. You can do video arts and technology. Digital marketing, if you're someone that enjoys Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and other platforms, there's so many different things that you can do and explore here at BMCC. So we want to make sure that you are aware that you have those opportunities available to you. Our faculty also teach at other institutions. They also serve as your recommenders when you're applying for other colleges. So if you have a faculty member that's working at, St. Peter's University or something else of that nature, or maybe they've attended those other institutions, they can now serve as your recommender and give you some insights about transitioning into those particular institutions. We also have partnerships with a variety of different companies that provide internships and apprenticeships for our students, allowing them to enroll in BMCC for free, providing them with a paid apprenticeship or internship, then offering them a full-time job once they graduate from BMCC with their associate's degree. So we have 3 companies that we are currently working with that are also based in the financial district. But again, that program has been expanding out. We also have a variety of different opportunities for students within our Office of Internships and Experiential Learning. In terms of our facilities, trying to keep things within time, we also have a large theater that's home to the Tribeca Film Festival. So if you're interested in theater, art, performing, and so forth, you can do that as well. We have a fitness center. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool on campus. Our facilities are open from 6 a.m. to midnight. So if you need a space to get away, or if you're coming from New Jersey and you're saying to yourself, if I make this commute, I just want to hang out on campus, you can do so as well. Here are some pictures of the different clubs and organizations that we highlighted before, if you're looking for that traditional collegiate experience. So now we've highlighted all these different things about BMCC. Let's just talk again more in depth about our application process. Again, you can fill out the application at www.cuny.edu, and then you're going to submit an application including BMCC as one of your campus options. Once you include your high school transcript, that is all that you will need to do, and you'll be able to move forward from there. Many schools have moved to being test optional and so forth in light of the pandemic. As a community college, we have never required SAT scores, ACT scores, or anything of that nature. As long as you graduate from high school, you can begin here at BMCC. So again, if you're nervous about your options for college, or you're nervous about your financial situation, or whatever it may be, just know that BMCC is an option that you can have, and our doors are always open. We have many students that transfer into BMCC just as much as we have students transferring out of BMCC. So in case you decide to commit to a 4-year institution, maybe it's not the right fit socially, financially, academically, what have you, you can always apply to BMCC. We also have something called our Second Chance program, which is an available opportunity for students who may fall below the typical transfer GPA of a 2.0, but may need to get a restart, and they can do that at BMCC. So all you would do is submit an essay documenting your situation or whatever occurred and the supports that you feel that you need. And if we feel that we can provide you with those supports, we will certainly accept you here at BMCC with the credits that you've already earned, and then allow you to build up and try again. So that's all that we're going to cover for right now. But again, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we do have an open house on November 4th and November 10th. Both of those are going to be done virtually, and I'll place those links into the chat. But you can also visit our website if you would like more information. So again, we want to thank you all for your perseverance, for your persistence in light of this pandemic and so forth, continuing on. And again, that grit and that tenacity is exemplary of the students that we look for here at BMCC. So if you're nervous about anything, just know that BMCC is an option for you, whether you're in New York, New Jersey, or even over in Illinois. So with that, I'm going to turn things back over to Ashley. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Gio, for that great information. Thank you as always for being here. I'd like to introduce Arturo and Loida from NJCU now. Everyone has screen sharing permission, so I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys.
Thank you, Ashley. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Arturo, counselor at New Jersey City University, or NJCU for short. I'm joined by my colleague, Miss the EOF recruitment program coordinator. You'll be hearing from her in just a little bit. Let me share my screen here with you. All right. See it? Great. All right. So NJCU, New Jersey City University. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for guys for being here this afternoon. It's great to see you. Some of you may be high school seniors. If you have not heard of NJCU, we're located in Jersey City, four-year public university in the state of New Jersey. We have two campuses in Jersey City. The main campus, as you can see right here, is located on Kennedy Boulevard. If you're familiar with Journal Square in Jersey City, we're about less than 10 minutes from there. That's the main campus. Most of our academic programs are offered at this campus. And then right here on the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you can see the School of Business. So it's part of NJCU for sure. Actually, I just about a month ago, I just obtained my MBA, my Master's in Business Administration from the School of Business at NJCU. That's the campus. It's located in the business district of Jersey City. Picture downtown Manhattan, the World Trade Center, right across from it from the in the Hudson on the Hudson River. On the Jersey City side, it's right there. You see these three buildings right here? The one in the middle, the first two floors, the first and second floor, that's the school business. So we are, again, like I said, we're a four-year public university in the state of New Jersey. We are a mid-sized university. We're about, our student body is about 7,000 students. 50% of our students commute, a little less than 50% of our students live on campus. If you have not visited the campus or you want to visit it again, I would highly encourage you guys to take a tour. We're doing in-person tours now. If you can see here, first bullet point is student-guided in-person tours. Our tours are led by current students, so that's pretty cool. If you would be able, if you sign up for one of these tours, you'll be able to hear from a student that's currently going to NJCU, is currently experiencing life at NJCU. So that would definitely be I think interesting and beneficial for you. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up via that link. We're actually going to put those links on the chat box. And we're also still doing self-guided virtual tours. This is the second bullet point right here. I always like to encourage students to do a combination of both. In person is huge because you're going to be able to, to actually be there, experience it, meet members, like I said, students, and it would definitely help you once the time comes to make a decision where you're going to be attending. And I encourage you, I always encourage students or prospective students to do this for every college or university that you're applying to. So what does NJCU offer our students? There are several things that I like to highlight. One of the main things is education. We prioritize our educational programs, our academic programs that we offer. We offer over 50 undergraduate degree programs. I'll show you a list in just a little bit. But if you're interested in, for example, studying business, right? We offer a number of concentrations: accounting, economics, finance, management, international business, etc. If you're interested in becoming a teacher, we have early childhood, elementary and secondary education certification programs. If you're interested in going to eventually going to medical school, we offer our Bachelor's of Biology program. It's where you would do your pre-meds, and that's what you need to take in order to apply to medical school. We have nursing. If you wanna, if you aspire to work for the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, we have National Security Studies bachelor's program, a fire science program, and so on. I'll show you in a list of the third list just a little bit, and always feel free to contact me if you want to find out more about each academic department. We'll be posting my contact information at the end of the presentation so you can take a screenshot of it. Over 90%, second bullet point right here on the screen, 90% of our professors are recognized experts in their field. We're also a learner-centered environment. We keep our classes small. Our average class size is 19 students. You're not going to be in a class that's going to have more than 25 students. Our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. What this means is there's 14 students per one professor. So why do we do this? Is because we want to provide our students with access to your professor, to your classmates. And what this does, this increases your chances at succeeding in your classes and eventually graduating. We're also one of the most affordable public universities in the state of New Jersey. 80% of our students receive some form of financial aid. We have merit-based scholarships for students that have at least a minimum of a 3.0 cumulative GPA, starting at $4,000 per year, up to the full coverage of tuition. And I'll be covering those in a little bit as well in more detail. And we have the NJCU debt-free program. If this is pretty cool too. If this student has a household income of $65,000 or less, again, if a student has a household income of $65,000 per year or less, then you would qualify for this program, and your tuition, the cost of tuition at NJCU for the year would be covered. The cost of tuition at NJCU is about a little bit over $13,000 per year. The only way to find out if you qualify for this program is by submitting your FAFSA. For you high school seniors, if you haven't done it yet, do it as soon as possible. The application opened up on October 1st. If I know Ms. Dale, I think she does workshops regarding the FAFSA. Your school counselor is a huge resource, so definitely hit them up, contact them if you have not started your application yet or you have not finished it. Diversity, we're huge on diversity. We're located in Jersey City. Jersey City is the most diverse city in the state and one of the most diverse cities in the country. If that's something you value, right? We definitely offer this environment for you. There's over 50 languages spoken on campus. This means there's students from all over the world. We're 7.5 miles away, super close from New York City, right? You guys know, I think many of you live in Jersey City, and New York City is one of the most diverse cities in the world. We're also, aside from education, affordability, being very diverse, we're also an institution that's very focused on providing our students, especially within the last 10 years, with the latest technology, the most up-to-date facilities, in order to provide eventually with the most, the latest education that we can offer, right? So for example, this building right here, the science building, it opened up in 2018. So just 3 years ago, it's brand new. It's a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art facility. It has new labs, new equipment right here on the top. It has a planetarium. And this houses all of our STEM majors. So those of you that plan on majoring in physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, mathematics, this would be your second home. School of Business, which I mentioned a little bit ago, which is located in the business district of Jersey City, right? It's brand new as well. It's 4 years old. Like the science building, a multi-million-dollar facility, state-of-the-art equipment, and labs as well. And we continue to expand. This is coming up in the next couple of years, our new Performing Arts Center and Music, Dance, and Theater program. We have a solid music, dance, and theater program. And right here in the middle, it's going to be the new Performing Arts Center, which is going to be located right next to the main campus in Jersey City. So that's coming up as well. Again, the main focus of these developments are for us to provide our students with the latest, technology and resources available. Oh, going back to majors, I mentioned that we have over 50 different academic programs. We're also just like our facilities, like I was showing you, the science building, the school business, the new performing arts center. In addition to all these majors that we offer, we are constantly annually adding new programs to our major offerings. For example, this past year, we just incorporated a bachelor's degree in social work. So if you're interested in studying social work, we do offer that now, and biochemistry as well. So we're always developing and trying to offer, the best type of programs based on also on market demand. So besides academics, campus life is huge right here, guys. Internship opportunities. If you haven't heard of internships, internships are basically opportunities that where you work, right? Where you get work experience at a company or organization. We have the co-op office at the Career Development Center at the main campus, and we have the school business internship office. They're the same thing. They're just located, one's located in the main campus, and then the other one is located at the school business. What they do is once you become a sophomore, you're in your second year at NJCU, they connect you, they help you in connecting you with a company that you're interested in, so you can spend a semester or two there gaining practical experience, right? You're going to be gaining organizational, communication, analytical, right? Problem solving experience, getting your feet wet in the field that you're interested in. And also you're going to be building your network because you're going to have coworkers, right? So you're going to have a supervisor. If you demonstrate a good work ethic, a professional work ethic, you're punctual, you demonstrate that you want to learn, right? That you want to grow. They're gonna see that, and they're gonna be your references, right? Your professional references on your resume. So once the time comes for you to start looking for a job, when you get close to graduating from college or right afterwards, that's going to be super beneficial for you in combination with your academics when you're applying for a job. We have over 450 employer partners. I just put a few here: the New York, New Jersey Port Authority, Michael Kors, Barclays, etc., Wyndham Worldwide, etc. Also, we offer a number of university clubs and organizations to get involved in. We have the biology club, we have international club, we have the Student Government Association. Check this one out right here, the Gothic Times, right? This is the campus newspaper. Even if you don't plan to major in English, right? You can be a contributor if you have a passion for writing and research. Again, this is the campus newspaper. We have contributors that are majoring in biology, in national security studies, in criminal justice, and political science. So if you have a passion for writing, there's an opportunity here for you to be a possible contributor to the campus newspaper. Study abroad and national student exchange. If that's something you want out of your college experience, we offer this as well. For example, with our study abroad office, we have partnerships with schools in all over the world, over 50 different countries, Japan, France, Germany, national student exchange. If you're interested in spending a semester or an academic year in a school in the state of Washington, in California, and Florida, you could do that as well. And the cool thing about these is that you would be paying the same amount that you would be paying as a student at NJCU. And if you're receiving some type of scholarship or financial aid, that would apply to it as well. Athletes, if you guys are interested in playing sports in college, we're Division III. And we offer 21 different men's and women's sports. We have a list right here. If you're interested in finding out more about these programs, contact me. I'll be putting my contact information in a little bit, and I'll send you a form, a prospective athlete form that you can fill out. And once you submit it, a few days later, one of the coaches of the specific program, specific sport that you indicated is going to get in touch with you to provide you more information. Or also, any gamers, for any of you that are gamers, we just incorporated last year during a new esports varsity program. And we offer, they compete in Smash Bros, Overwatch, and one more, it's not coming to mind, but during the fall 2020 semester, our varsity esports team, actually, we won a national championship in Smash Bros. So if that's something you're interested in, we definitely offer that as well. Interested in living on campus, we have 3 different options. We have 3 residence halls. In the main campus, we have Borough Hall and the Co-op Hall. And then an 8-minute walk from the main campus is the West Campus Village. This is brand new as well. It's 4 years old, new facility for those of you that are interested in possibly dorming. Meal plans are included in the dorming fees and 24-hour security, on-the-clock security. Our main campus and the school business. So, guys, we covered a variety of things, what we offer at NJCU for you, the academics, the campus life, organizations, resources, internships, right? What do you need? What do you need to be able to be admitted into NJCU? You gotta submit the Common App if you're a high school senior. If you have already attended a college or university, then you would submit the NJCU application via our website. Just send me an email if that's your case. And I'll post my email in just a little bit. And just send me an email and then I'll send you that link. But for you high school seniors, you would submit your Common App. We're on the Common App. And you need at least a B average to be regularly admitted. So at least a 2.75 cumulative GPA to be regularly admitted to NJCU. We're test optional. What that means is we do not require the SAT or ACT to be admitted into the university. We're mainly looking at the GPA. And for those of you, like I mentioned earlier, that have a 3.0 cumulative GPA on your high school transcript or above, you're going to receive some type of, you're going to be awarded some type of merit-based scholarship ranging from $4,000 per year up to a full coverage of tuition. If you've achieved, if you've done well academically, if you achieved the academic excellence in high school, we have the honors program opportunity. Specifically, if you have a 3.8 cumulative GPA or above, you're going to be referred to our honors program. This program is a top academically challenging program. It's a selective program. Just to give you an idea, last year there was only 60 spots available and over 200 applicants. So it's pretty selective, but if you've already achieved academic excellence, once you get the opportunity, if you get invited, if you have a 3.8 or above, you're gonna get invited. If you get invited to apply, just do your best. Do your best, be yourself. They're gonna ask for an essay and they're gonna ask for a 60-second video. So if you have a 3.8, you're gonna be invited to apply for this opportunity. And then one of the biggest perks is that you would get 100% tuition coverage for all 4 years at NJCU. They also have right here financially supported international study abroad experiences. They've gone to countries like Germany, Spain, Peru, South America. They spent 14 days. It's an educational trip. If you've struggled academically, specifically if you have like a 2.3 cumulative GPA, 2.3 cumulative GPA, between a 2.3 and a 2.74 cumulative GPA, apply anyway. Okay, I struggled academically in high school. You guys are here for a reason. If that's your case, you guys want to progress. You guys want to, continue your education and become some type of professional. In college, you're going to start, with a blank slate. It's going to be your second chance. So definitely apply anyway. If you don't have the regular admissions, the B average, 2.75 GPA, apply anyway, because we have academic support services programs, such as our EOF program. And actually, Ms. Golston, she's the recruitment coordinator. She's going to share some information about that specific program with you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. As Arturo said, I'm Lloyd Golston. I'm the recruitment coordinator for the OSP EOF program, which is a state-funded program that is can be located at most universities, community colleges, and some private colleges. As Arturo said, if you didn't meet the regular admissions requirements, apply anyway, because we do have a 5-week summer program that you can attend that will help you get on the right track for your fall semester. There is plenty of opportunities and guidance through our program. We assist you from recruitment to graduation, and how we do that is we provide academic support by giving you tutoring. We have a one-on-one counselor that will follow you 3 or 4 years with us. We have various academic and personal enhancement workshops throughout the year and over the summer. There is a stipend that is attached to being a part of our program of about $700 per semester for every semester that you're compliant with us. And over the 5 weeks, what our goal is to prepare you for your fall semester and beyond. And we know that, especially coming from a time where we've been in a pandemic and students have been learning at home, learning over a computer, everybody's skills may not be where they need to be for college level classes. So our goal is to wrap you with support services over the summer, get you on board, and watch you walk across that stage in 4 years. I have put my information in the chat box. I've also put the links Arturo referred to for the tours, and his contact information as well is in the chat box. We'll be here if you have any more questions. Thank you for joining us. It says a lot that you took time out of your Saturday afternoon to come learn about not just NJCU, but about other colleges. So you guys should be commended for that.
Thank you, Ms. Golston. So guys, how do you submit your application? We're, again, like I said before, we're on Common App. And once you, this is for high school seniors, once you get to the end of your Common App, when you're about to submit it, right, you're gonna be prompted to pay a $50 registration fee. Enter this code right here. Take a screenshot if you're interested in applying. Go Knights, the one right here, the one I'm going over with my cursor. It's gonna cover that $50 fee. So it's gonna waive it for you. We're gonna cover it for you. If you have any questions with the Common App, contact your school counselor, right? If you decide to apply, I'm just reading over here, over the bullet points. Ooh. Request your school counselor to send a copy of your official transcript to us or via Naviance, or email it to me. This is my direct email address. We're also have instant decision days with schools. I believe most of you live within Hudson County. I cover Hudson County schools. I go to your actual school and do an instant decision day. What that means is I meet with you, I interview you, right? If you apply to NJCU, I ask you questions like what you're interested in studying, what are your educational and professional goals, why NJCU. Then I look at your transcript, and based on your on the requirements that we asked, then I provide you with an admissions decision, and also let you know if you're going to be awarded some type of merit-based scholarship. So if you're interested in that, contact your school counselor and they'll let you know, because I've set up instant decision days with most of your schools already. The cost of tuition at NJCU, right here, this is from 2021. Every year it goes up a little bit all over the country, all over colleges and states and colleges and universities. Right now it's about $13,000 per year. We are one of the most affordable public universities in the state of New Jersey. Over 80% of our students receive some type of financial aid. So definitely do your FAFSA. If you haven't done your FAFSA, do your FAFSA early. It opened up just less than a month ago. If you have any questions, contact your school counselor. Like I said before, we have the debt-free program. If you have a household income of $65,000 or less, you're going to qualify for tuition coverage. The only way to find out is by doing your FAFSA. And the FAFSA is for students that are residents or citizens of the US. If that's not your case, right, if you're not a resident or citizen of the US, the third bullet point right here is the New Jersey Alternative Financial Aid Application. So if that's your case, take a screenshot and go on that link. That's to see if you're eligible for any state aid, New Jersey state financial aid. The main requirement is that you must have attended at least the main requirement for that is that you must have attended, a New Jersey high school for at least 3 years, So if you have questions about that, you can contact me as well. I'll send you the link, but you can take the screenshot. And right here, the last one is on your FAFSA. If you're going to apply to NJCU, make sure you include us on there so we can process your application. And NJCU's FAFSA code is this one right here. Guys, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. It's great to see you. If you have any questions later on during question time, we're going to be available, Ms. Golston and myself. Here's my contact information. It's also been put in the chat box. If you want, if you'd like to get in touch with us, make sure you take a screenshot as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much to Arturo and to Loida for presenting. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or you can save them to the end. Now I'd like to introduce Abigail Cannick from SUNY New Paltz. Abigail, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I'm going to share my screen and put up our presentation. So hello, everyone. My name is Abigail. I'm a freshman admission advisor at SUNY New Paltz. SUNY just stands for State University of New York. So we are a New York State school located in New Paltz, New York. New Paltz, SUNY New Paltz is great for those students that are looking for a traditional campus feel. We have about 7,000, I'm sorry, we have just under 7,000 undergraduate students. So it's kind of like that medium small where it's big enough where you can meet someone new every day, but small enough that you're not feeling lost or overwhelmed about the school size and how to get around and all the people around you. So it's kind of that nice happy medium. And what's so great about SUNY New Paltz and that we're so proud of, and it kind of sets us apart from those other New York State institutions, and is our location. So we are about an hour and 45 minutes from Jersey City, of course, depending on traffic, but generally about an hour and 45 minutes. We are also an hour and a half from Manhattan. We are an hour and 20 minutes south of the capital of New York of Albany. We're also 15 minutes away from the beautiful Shawangunk Mountains and 20 minutes away from 3 larger cities. So downtown New Paltz is about a 10-minute walk from the edge of our campus. I'm sorry, from most of our residence halls, it's about a 5-minute walk from the edge of our campus. And downtown New Paltz has some really great eclectic shops that our students like to kind of check out, as well as a lot of different types of restaurants too. So it's a really cute downtown area. It is a little bit more outside of that downtown area. It's a little bit more suburban. So I like to say that we're kind of the best of all worlds. We have that suburban feel with the downtown area. We're also really close to the Shawangunk Mountains, and we are also about 20 to 25 minutes away from 3 larger cities. And this is great for students for fun things to do in the area. So especially during this time of year, or maybe just going for a walk out on the rail trail or on the walkway over the Hudson, which is a pedestrian bridge that crosses the Hudson River. It's very pretty this time of year, especially with all the trees changing colors. And if you are an outdoorsy person, we have all of those things for you. If you're not an outdoorsy person, we still have art and history museums and a bunch of other different things going on. Like I said, we have a lot of different types of restaurants and those cute little boutique shops as well. So there's kind of a little bit of something for everyone on our location, and it's something we are really, really proud of. And because of our location, gives us so many opportunities to participate in different things on campus or around campus. This is really great for internship opportunities as well. So like I said, we're an hour and 20 minutes from the capital of Albany. So a lot of times our political science students might go up and participate in the New York State Legislative Internship Program. We have students that intern locally in the town of New Paltz or at those larger cities that surround us, as well as go down into New York City to participate in internship opportunities. So we have a very large, very diverse network for students looking for internships and later looking for job placements. And a lot of times our students will find those internships and find those job placements when they are contacting our Career Resource Center, making appointments with them so that they can do a mock interview, make sure their resume is nice and professional. And also, sometimes our Career Resource Center will provide you with some business attire, so you're ready to look professional during that interview. You're ready to kind of start that job or that internship because you have those nice professional clothes to start off on those first couple of weeks. And in addition to our options for internships and fun things to do in the area, we also have a lot of academic programs. So we have over 100 majors and 50 minors here at SUNY New Paltz. So this gives our students a lot of options to choose from, and we really encourage students to get a degree in what they're interested in. So kind of getting that mixed match degree. So whatever, that student wants to study, getting that degree and earning the degree that's unique to them. So for example, our top 10 majors are psychology, followed by, psychology is our most popular major, followed by early childhood education, sociology, digital media production, visual arts, communication, English, biology, mechanical engineering, and communications disorders. So as you can kind of see, we have our students are studying in a bunch of different subject areas. We have a lot of options for our students to choose from. So it's really great because we do not have just one type of student. We have several different types of students with multi-interests that are multifaceted. So it creates such a wonderful and welcoming environment for our students to really thrive in because you have those interests. You are participating in all those different majors, and your friends have totally different majors from you, and you can learn from each other and have those conversations. And sometimes our students might double major, or they might double minor, but that's really so just kind of a little example would be those top 10 majors that we offer our students. And in addition to our majors, it's always important to make those connections with your professors. So at SUNY New Paltz, like I said, we have about 6,800 undergraduate students, so just under 7,000 students, pretty small. So our student to faculty ratio is 16:1. So you really get to know your professors, and make those connections with them so that you're not afraid to ask questions during class time, and you feel comfortable being in the classroom with them and asking your questions and meeting with them during office hours. So most of our classes are about 30 students or less. And of course, as you progress in your major, your class sizes will get smaller and smaller. When I was a student at SUNY New Paltz, because our major was getting a little bit smaller and smaller as we were progressing and taking certain classes, and it was nice to have that opportunity to connect with my professor and my peers because our class size was pretty small. So really rarely will you be in any of those lecture style halls. You might be in one throughout your entire time at New Paltz. So you kind of can make those connections with your peers and with your professors. In addition to our wonderful academic programs, we have over 200 clubs and organizations for our students to get involved in. So we have we have a small population of Greek life, but we also have different clubs for our majors, clubs for sports. In addition to our club sports, we have intramural sports, and we offer Division III varsity sports. So if you are interested in playing at the Division III level, then we do have a lot of options for you as well. A couple of years ago, our men's volleyball team won the state championship, which was really exciting for us. And we have a couple of different options for you as well. So I do recommend checking that out depending on what your sport is. But if you're not interested in playing varsity sports, we also have those intramural and club sports as well. You can try something new, or just stay active while you're on campus. We also have clubs for fun. So for example, we have 3 a cappella groups. We have a Caribbean fashion show every spring semester. We have several dance teams depending on your favorite style of dance. We have video gaming clubs, in-person gaming clubs, cooking club, several Harry Potter clubs, you name it, we have it. We have over 200. We stopped counting at 200 because students are creating new clubs and organizations every semester. So our students are usually involved in at least one club or organization throughout their time at New Paltz. What's wonderful about the SUNY system is our study abroad opportunities. So at New Paltz, we have 80 study abroad programs to choose from, but since we are a part of the State University of New York, the SUNY system, we have a lot of options. So if you are interested in studying abroad, we have over 1,000 programs for our students to choose from on all 7 continents. You can study abroad as little as a week and a half in between fall and spring semester, as long as a full academic semester or a full academic year. So we have a lot of options around the world for our students to study abroad, and we're hoping by the time you're sophomores, juniors, seniors, all of those will be available to you, all of those programs. So if you are interested in studying abroad, SUNY is definitely the way to go. And now that you know all about our wonderful options for our students, I do also want to talk about some admissions requirements. So first and foremost, for either the common application or the SUNY applicable filling out is perfectly fine for us. Application, we'll be looking at your high school transcript. When we're looking at the high school transcript, we'll be looking at the 5 main subject areas: English, math, social studies, science, and a language other than English. When we're looking at your transcript, the average of our accepted students have between a 3.5 and a 4.0 GPA. However, that is not a set number whatsoever. We do take higher than that 3.5 as well as lower than the 3.5 as well. So I always let students know if you have a 3.0 GPA or higher, you're in pretty good standing for us. So definitely something to keep in mind. After reading your high school transcript, we'll be looking at your letters of recommendation. We'll be reading those. So we require at least 1 letter of recommendation from a teacher or a guidance counselor, but we will accept up to 3 letters total. We'll also be reading your essay. Now your essay, you can read about anything you'd like. There are essay prompts on the common application and the SUNY application, but if you do not like those essay prompts, you do not need to answer them. You can write about anything you'd like. Just please have that essay proofread because we will be looking at spelling, grammar, and punctuation. And last but not least on this slide, SAT or ACT test scores with a little asterisk is there. And that's because we are completely test optional for students applying for fall of 2022. So all the seniors in the room or transfer students, we will be completely test optional for students applying for fall of 2022. For students that are applying for fall of 2023 or later, so maybe junior, sophomores, we're not sure if we'll be asking for those SAT or ACT test scores. We're waiting to hear from the State University of New York system, the SUNY system. So, and on whether or not we'll be test optional after fall of 2022. So definitely keep that in mind. If you are not an applying senior this year, then kind of be on the lookout on our website. And then also just some deadlines. So we are taking a spring class. So if any of you are graduating high school this December, or if you are hoping to start in the spring semester, we are taking a spring class, but we do also have early action admission. Early action is non-binding. It just means if you apply to us a little bit earlier, we'll guarantee you a decision a little bit earlier to us, and then we will guarantee you a decision by January 1st. And then you have all the way until May 1st to pay that pre-enrollment deposit. So that's 5 months to decide whether or not you'd like to attend SUNY New Paltz after you get that letter of acceptance. But it is not easier or harder to get into SUNY New Paltz if you apply early action admission or if you apply regular general consideration. We also have a 7-year medical program for osteopathic medicine and optometry. The due dates are in January. We do recommend applying sooner rather than later. EOP admission is only for New York State residents, so I will kind of skip over that. And then also our general admission is May 1st. So if you are interested in applying for SUNY New Paltz or to SUNY New Paltz, but that November 15th deadline is kind of approaching fast and you'd rather apply to general admission, you absolutely can do so all the way until May 1st. And then I just also want to talk about I'll skip over these, some tuitions and fees. So for a non-New York State resident, the yearly cost estimate is going to be about $32,500, and that is including tuition, fees, and room and board. So it is not too different. It's not too much more than what many in-state New Jersey schools are asking for. So definitely something to keep in mind when looking at New York. I know it is an out-of-state school, but we are not is asking for. And finally, I just want to say that we're only about an hour and 45 minutes north of you guys, so in Jersey City. So definitely come up to campus, check us out. Like I said, we have that traditional campus feel. So if you are interested in checking us out, I highly recommend. If you can't come up for any reason, we also are offering virtual tours on our website as well as other virtual events. So please consider SUNY New Paltz when looking into colleges. We have so many wonderful and amazing opportunities for our students to take advantage of. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. We really appreciate having you here and talking about this chat for all of you. So if you wanted to go directly to the SUNY New Paltz website, you can do so, sign up for a tour, and sign up for and look at all the majors we have to offer and our admissions requirements. So thank you very much. And I
Thank you so much, Abigail, for presenting. And now I'd like to introduce Shauna Singletary from Metropolitan College of New York.
Hello, I had it all ready this whole time. I like this view. All right. So hello, everyone. I know you guys have gotten a lot of information today. It's been really great information, and it can be the process of applying to school or looking at colleges can be very overwhelming. So I hope that you're jotting down your questions that you have for each school so that you are able to save them until the end or pop them in the chat so that we can be able to answer your questions. Metropolitan College of New York is a small nonprofit private college. We have 2 campuses. The Manhattan campus would be the most conveniently located for many New Jersey, especially Jersey City residents. But we're in Lower Manhattan. We're very close to BMCC, although they didn't have us on their partnership slide. We have a lot of students who come to MCNY from BMCC and the other community colleges, both in New Jersey and in New York. We also have a campus that's located in the Bronx. So while that's not super convenient for Jersey City, it is definitely convenient for other parts of New Jersey like Teaneck as well. So we have these 2 campuses for a small college, which means that, you have a lot of support in both the classroom and as far as the administration, but we'll talk about that soon. So the mission at Metropolitan College of New York is to provide a superior and experientially based education that fosters personal and professional development, promotes social justice, and encourages positive change in workplaces and in communities. Many students that choose Metropolitan College of New York as their school to either start their education or complete their education choose us because they want to be able to learn while doing. That's a real big thing for us. We are very big on making sure that the classes that you take are specific to the program that you're interested in, and that you're able to actually get hands-on experience with whatever you're learning, with whatever program that you choose. So a little bit about our history that's really important is that Metropolitan College of New York was born out of the idealism and turbulence of the 1960s. Just after the women's rights movement began, Audrey Cohen, who was an innovative educator, she believed that education was one of the keys to social justice, and that the key to a truly effective education lay in uniting the classroom with the professional world. So what Audrey what she was thinking is that education opens up doors. It allows people opportunities that they would not have had otherwise. Being in a classroom with people who are interested in what you're interested in is a really good way to start your career. 85% of the jobs that are found, and you guys can Google it, is by networking. So the classroom and our small classrooms are a really good place for you to start establishing your professional network. Each of our programs, whether it be undergraduate or grad, has a purpose-centered model. We have a constructive action in each of our programs, which is a workable plan that's created to apply what you learn in the classroom and address an actual change at your place of employment, organization, or internship. Many of the things that have happened in the past 2 years between the pandemic and and some of the things that we've seen on the news in the social justice frame has made all of us feel like there's more that we could do, there's more that we want to do. And being in a classroom and being able to take what you're learning, whether it be our human services program, our emergency management program, our business program, our IT program, being able to take the things that you learn and seeing how you can make changes in your organization or your community or the world is really how our education model was built. So at MCNY, you can get associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, and master's degrees. Some of our students decide to stay with us through the entire education journey. We welcome you to do that, but we also welcome in students who have had many different college experiences and haven't found the college that was quite for them as of yet. So if you were starting completely from scratch, you could get an associate's degree at Metropolitan College of New York in 16 months. If you were starting completely from scratch, you could get a bachelor's degree in about 2 years and 8 months, and you could get a master's degree in 1 year. How do we do that? Because I know, listening to that, you're like, well, how come their associate's degrees are happening so fast or their bachelor's degrees are happening so fast? The reason why is because we run on a trimester system. What that means is that we have 3 semesters a year. Each semester is 14 weeks, and that allows you to be able to complete your degree faster than if you were going to a college that had only 2 semesters per year. So we actually have a semester that begins this spring on January 10th. You can complete an application to start school this September. We also will have a summer 22 semester that begins in May, and then a fall 22 semester that will begin next September. So you can right now go into our application and apply for any of these semesters to be able to get started in either our associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree. You have to have a high school diploma or GED in order to be able to apply for the associate's and bachelor's degrees, and you must have a bachelor's degree in order to apply for the master's degrees. One really great thing is that while we understand that many of our students have done certificate programs, they've done things through their job, they've maybe attended other colleges, So what we do is we like to get all of that work experience, all of that school experience, and we review it to see if we can allow you to bring in any credits towards your degree. So that also helps you with completing the degree quickly. We have a combination of in-class and online options. Prior to the pandemic and currently, we allow our students to either do asynchronous classes where there is no particular time for you to sign in. You are just participating in the discussion forum, submitting assignments, and meeting with your professor. And then synchronous classes where you have to meet on Zoom at a particular time, just like we're doing right now. And this is how you would have class, and you'd be able to ask questions and so on and so forth. And then we also have in-person classes at both the Manhattan and Bronx campuses. So whichever options work best for you, you would actually work with your academic advisor to select classes that make the most sense for your life and your responsibilities. I talked a little bit about our liberal transfer credit policy. We understand that, students have had a collection of experiences, and we want to make sure that we validate those experiences by allowing you to bring those credits into Metropolitan College of New York. So you've heard me talk a little bit about the academic advisor just now when we talked about selecting your classes, but I wanted you all to know that from day one, you have many different support services. That is the benefit of going to a private college. That is the benefit of going to a smaller college, is that it allows for us to be able to support you throughout the process. I know it can get very overwhelming, and I just want to congratulate you all for listening today, for signing in today, because this is a really big and positive step that you're making in your life. So from the time you complete a request for information, you're actually assigned an admissions counselor. A member of my team is going to contact you, or you can contact them, so that they are able to walk you through the application process, what documents you need, what and what the steps are for you. Like, what are your steps? As soon as you submit an application, you're assigned to a financial aid counselor. Each school that I spoke to you today talked to you about completing a FAFSA. That's important for all schools. If you decided to apply to every school you saw today, you could complete one FAFSA application and put all of those schools inside of your FAFSA. At that point, what happens is that your information that you put into your FAFSA comes over to the college, and your financial aid counselor is able to give you an estimate of what your financial aid will be, and what our, in comparison to what our tuition is, so that you're able to see a clear picture of, of being able to afford coming to school. As soon as you are accepted into a program at Metropolitan College of New York, you're assigned an academic advisor. So each of our academic advisors specialize in a particular program. So whatever program that you choose, your academic advisor will work with you to make sure that you pick the schedule that makes the most sense for you, and that you understand what the track is to graduation. So if you tell them, listen, I really only want to take 4 classes per semester, I don't want to take 5, they'll say to you, okay, that's fine. This is when you'll graduate if you take 4 classes each semester. This is what's available to you. They work with you one-on-one to make sure that you get the schedule that's best for you and that you understand the requirements to graduation. Each of our programs have a program director or a dean, somebody who is in charge of the program, so that if you stumble on anything, you will actually be able to access the person who is in charge of all the faculty of your program, so that if there is any confusion, if you need additional support, the program directors and the deans are available to you. And a little later, we'll talk about coming to our program-specific events. The program directors or deans actually host those events, so you get a chance to meet them prior to even starting school. We also have a Learning Enhancement Center that's full of full-time tutors. We do not do peer tutoring, like we don't have students that do tutoring. We have people who were hired to just tutor, to just work with you through your constructive action, through the classes that are challenging for you, and even to Even if you're not really having challenges, you just want somebody to work with to turn that B into an A paper, that C into a B paper. We have full-time tutors that are here to support you with that. So tuition is really important when you're looking at schools. It may not be the most important thing to everyone, but it is definitely important to all of us. So as an undergraduate student, it doesn't change based on program. It's $9,669 per semester. And remember, we do have 3 semesters per year, but you can go 2 semesters if that's what works best for your life. Our graduate programs are anywhere from $843 to $1,038 per credit hour. And remember, you can get the master's degree in 1 year. So you would then calculate your tuition by what program you're interested in, how many credits is required for that program, and that would be your overall tuition. One important thing is that your tuition rate will remain the same from when you start school to when you graduate, as long as you don't take more than 1 semester off while you're in school. So there's sometimes colleges will raise the tuition just like from semester to semester. We have a tuition lock guarantee where whatever it is when you come in is what it'll stay while you're here. So some different ways that undergraduate students pay for their education is through scholarship. All of our undergraduate students, whether you have a GED or high school diploma, whether you have a 2.0 or a 1.9, whether you receive scholarships from the admissions office. All undergrad students receive scholarships from the admissions office. You can also look out for external scholarships as well that can assist you with helping to cover the cost of your education as well. We also encourage all students to complete a FAFSA so that you can see how much Pell eligibility you have. For New York State residents, you can apply for TAP, which is New York State aid, and then also students utilize student loans, student government loans, to be able to cover the remaining costs of their tuition. Students also use veteran benefits or employer tuition assistance. If you're currently working and you have an employer who encourages their staff to go back to school, you may want to check in with them to see if they'd be willing to either reimburse you or pay or help you with paying some of your tuition. For our grad students receive a scholarship as long as they have a 3.0 or above from undergrad. If you don't have a 3.0 from undergrad, but while you're here, you then, you do really well, you can always reach back out to your admissions counselor and let them know that your GPA has improved and that you're interested in scholarships. You can also seek external scholarships for graduate school as well. The other way that students pay for their grad education is through student loans, veteran benefits, and employer tuition assistance as well. 90% of our students receive financial aid through grants, scholarships, and student loans. So, a lot of times, people have negative feelings about student loans, and we understand that. So we include this slide just to talk to you a little bit about how student loans work. As you all know, the government has made a lot of modifications with student loans and helping people and forgiving student loans. If you work for certain organizations, you can have your loans forgiven. So payments for student loans do not start until 6 months after you graduate or the date of last class attended. So if you start college and don't come back, you still have to, if you utilize student loans to help with paying your education, you still have to pay them back. So that's why we encourage you, if you're going to start, to see it through to the end and finish. There's different types of payment plans once you complete college or grad school. They have standard repayment if you want to pay less interest. Income-driven repayment. So I think this is something that's really important for people to know, and students are often not educated about this, that if you graduate from school and whatever you have to pay in student loans is something that you cannot afford monthly, then you can always reach out to student loans and they'll work with you on modifying the payment based on your income. You can also do student loan forgiveness through different organizations. There's criteria for that. And then you can also request deferment if you're in school or if you have a life situation that doesn't allow for you to pay back your student loans once you graduate. So this is the article that the New York Times actually released earlier this year in February, discussing the projected job growth by education level. So the light blue is where people are prior to the pandemic, as far as like being able to find employment and being unemployed. As you can see from the graph that after the pandemic, having a bachelor's degree or a graduate degree really works in your favor as far as finding employment. I mean, we can see already that there's a lot of places that are hiring now. People have made a lot of different decisions because of the pandemic, and coming to college during the pandemic, it takes a lot of strength, a lot of focus, a lot of tenacity. But once this is once we're into our new normal, there'll be a lot of opportunities that do demand for you to have your education. So something important to note about Metropolitan College of New York is that even for the programs that we have that do not require for you to have an internship, we still encourage our students to start establishing work experience. Many employers, our employers, me as an employer, I'm looking for people who have a degree, but I'm also looking for people who have experience. So beginning day one at Metropolitan College of New York, you can actually get help with finding internship opportunities or job opportunities. The Office of Career Development and Professional Education is prepared to assist you in finding internships or field placement. Update your resume and help you find a job while you're in school. It's really good to establish a relationship with them while you're here, and then that relationship continues after you graduate and you're an alumni. Here's a list of some of the many places that our graduates work. Most recently, TT Torres, who works on Hot 97, completed her bachelor's degree at Metropolitan College of New York. She had years of work experience. We worked with her on being able to convert some of that work experience to real college credits. And then she also, had some transfer credits from a previous school. So she was able to complete her degree at MCNY. And they did a whole, layout of it. You can actually see that on her Instagram page. Then there's the larger companies that we've all heard of, Facebook, Google, American Red Cross. These are organizations that exist everywhere, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. So you're not limited to just working in New Jersey or just working in New York. You can, I don't want to steal BMCC's line, but you can take this degree and go anywhere. This was our last physical graduation. Those smiling faces, I missed those. This year coming, we, if nothing goes wrong, we'll be having another physical graduation. So what's next? What happens after you attend an information session like this? Like you've attended the New Jersey Library's information session, you're learning about different colleges. If you've decided that you want to learn more about MCNY, you can actually go to our website, mcny.edu/events, and go to any of the program-specific events if you're interested in learning more about a particular program. You can complete an application for admission. Remember, you'll receive a call from your admissions counselor once you do that, and complete your financial aid applications, and we'll then work with you to collect your documents like your transcripts, your immunization records, etc. So that is all from Metropolitan College of New York. I'll pop my contact information into the chat. But again, thank you so much. Congratulations on making this really big decision for your life. And I look forward to seeing you at one of our information sessions.
Thank you so much, Shauna. Once again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat, or you can save them to the end. Now I'd like to introduce Nicole Flick from SUNY Hostos College.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay. So similar to what everyone else has been saying, I just want to thank all of you for being here on a Saturday. It definitely shows a lot of perseverance to, increase chances of, getting a higher education. So to introduce myself again, my name is Nicole Flint. I am an admission advisor from Hostos Community College. We are located in the South Bronx. And on this main slide here, you can see this bridge. And our Hostos value is a bridge to success. We understand that our students are not only just students, so a lot of what Hostos has to offer as a community college are support services not only limited to students' education, which I'll move on further in the presentation. So Hostos, it has actually been our 6th straight graduation record-breaking year since 2016. We have continuously increased our student enrollment to get more students to graduate and get out into either the workforce or to pursue their next degree. So 46% increase in total degrees. So we went from having approximately 1,000 graduates each year from 2015 to having 2,000 in 2020. In addition, we have joint dual programs with both City College of New York and John Jay College. So I think a really great point about community colleges is that it's a great way to get students' foot in the door of education. It's especially great if a student may not be sure about their specific path, but they know that they want to go to school. These joint programs with City College are in the engineering fields. So any prospective engineers can start at Hostos to then obtain admission into the Grove School of Engineering at City College, which is a very great engineering college. With John Jay College, the joint program is with criminal justice and forensic science. So students who are interested in those in those majors would be part of what's called the CUNY Justice Academy. Similar to also what Shawana was mentioning about, careers and employment, we really like to highlight our career service office on campus. Obviously, many of our students are obtaining degrees and they would like to actually obtain employment within that field. But it's also important to note that our career service office doesn't assist students just with, a career within their major. They're also able to assist any student who may need employment during the time that they're enrolled that may just need to be obtained so that they can pay for their bills or, so on and so forth. But our career service officials, they coach, they prepare, and they support individuals to become career confident citizens in this global work environment. We are a very small, unique, and friendly environment. So in terms of our size, our enrollment is approximately 7,000 students. So, as opposed to, BMCC, which may have a larger population, upwards of 20,000. If you're looking for a smaller environment at a community college level, Hostos could be a great place for you. We do not have a traditional campus. We are located on 149th Street and Grand Concourse in the South Bronx. So we have a total of 4 buildings. Well, there are actually a few more, but 3 of the buildings on 149th Street and Grand Concourse host classes. Those would be the buildings that you would actually attend your classes. And there is an additional building that hosts our administrative areas, such as our financial aid office, our registrar, bursar, career services. So you wouldn't necessarily be, enclosed in a campus. You would be in the South Bronx, and you'd be crossing the street along with all the other citizens in the area. So it's more of a casual environment. Our student population in general, we have students from all walks of life, all different cultures and backgrounds. We are a primarily Hispanic serving institution, so upwards of 50% of our students are from Hispanic ethnic backgrounds. The next largest population would be our Black students, but we have students from all over the world that attend the college. In terms of what a traditional student would look like, we definitely have students who enroll part-time and full-time. It's actually split in half. So we don't have students that, all of our students aren't full-time students. So we have many students who are, they have their own families, they have other jobs that they need to prioritize. So we understand that our students aren't necessarily the, the students who go straight from high school, attend school full-time and get their degrees. And approximately 1/3 of our students are male and 2/3 of our students are female. 86.2% of our students graduate debt-free. So of course, economically, this would be a really great opportunity for many students. Although many of you are likely from New Jersey, our tuition, it would be $320 per credit, but students can still obviously apply for financial aid through the FAFSA application, as mentioned many times in this event so far. And we also have a variety of external scholarships that can be applied for that are not only based on merit, so not only based on academic performance, but also based on culture. I would like to highlight that our past assistant admissions director, Pat Mabry, she actually created a Kwanzaa scholarship for those students who exhibit the 4 qualities of Kwanzaa. So that's just a great example of opportunities that students can take advantage of to gain monies to attend college. Just to get into the CUNY application process. So the application to file is not a Hostos application. We are under the umbrella of CUNY, which stands for the City University of New York. So if you've ever applied to CUNY or if you're interested in applying, you would go through this process here. To begin, you would create a CUNY admission application account through the website listed. You would submit an application. As a freshman student, you are able to submit up to 6 colleges on the one application. As a freshman, the application fee is $65. For any student who perhaps may like to transfer in if they've gone to college before, the process is the same, except the application fee would be $70. Once all of that is submitted, the application summary can be downloaded, and then students would need to submit documents to support their application. In terms of the admission deadlines and the processes, so if students would like to apply through general CUNY admissions, the deadline for the fall semester falls on February 1st. For the spring semester, it falls on September 15th. But it is important to note that at Hostos, we also offer what's called a direct admission process, which is more personal interaction between the admission advisor and the student looking to enroll, where we're actually able to work directly with you. So if you can support us with the documents needed for the application, we can provide an on-the-spot admission decision. So at Hostos, being a community college, we are not in the business of denying any student the opportunity to obtain their higher education. So as long as you graduate from an approved high school program and obtain your high school diploma, we are able to admit you and you're able to pursue any of the programs that we offer. Any student who may be transferring in and perhaps you may not have done so well at your previous institution, we also, similar to what Giovanni said, we have a process where students are able to, they're able to submit supporting documents so that we can review and make sure that upon your admission, we know how to support you and we're understanding as to what the reasoning behind your previous academic performance was. So generally all students will be able to attend. But yes, so the spring application deadline right now, if any student is looking to enroll at Hostos, we are taking applications. So you can go ahead and begin this process on the CUNY website. So just to get into the application documents required, as freshmen, we require official high school transcripts and high school and photos of high school diplomas. If you did not graduate from high school and obtained a high school equivalency diploma, you're able to submit that to support the application. As a transfer student, the same applies, other than you would also need to provide any post-secondary transcripts. So any college you've attended or any institution you have attended after you've graduated high school must be submitted, and we will review that. In terms of any student who may have credentials from outside of the United States, it's really important to note that if you've completed any education overseas, we do accept those documents. You don't have to have documents from, inside the United States. There are services that will validate those documents to provide the equivalencies. So any document that needs to be submitted from outside, just understand that you'll also need to have it translated and we'll need to have it evaluated so that it can be determined equivalent to the programs that we offer here in the US. And this last point on the bottom is the transfer process that I mentioned for any student who has below a 2.0. So at Hostos, we have 3 types of degrees. The degrees fall under Associate in Arts, which are AA degrees. We have Associates in Applied Science degrees, AAS degrees, and then the Associate in Science degrees, the AS degrees. So I just want to highlight the difference between the AAS and the others. Our Associate in Applied Science degrees typically are a little more than our traditional 60 credit degrees because the last credits that you take within those majors are more hands-on, and they gear to funnel you directly into the workforce after you complete the degree. Some examples of those programs we offer at Hostos are nursing, radiology, we have digital music. So those you would be taking more hands-on courses or possible internships at the end of the program that will give you the expertise to then begin to work within that field. Our Associate in Arts and Associate in Science degrees typically are pathway degrees. So students who do not want to stop at their associates and would like to continue after their associates to get a bachelor degree, likely would want to major in an Associate in Art or an Associate in Science degrees. Our Associate in Art degrees typically are comprised of humanities courses, behavioral science courses such as psychology, sociology. The most popular Associate in Arts would definitely be liberal arts and science, which has many sub-concentrations. At the community college level, you are only able to select a major, and then you can have a concentration in that, but just be aware that there are no majors and minors at the community college level. The Associate in Science degrees typically are comprised of the courses within the sciences and math. So that would be, your natural science classes such as biology, chemistry, the engineering programs, business. But many of our popular programs fall within our allied health field. So our allied health programs, radiology, dental hygiene, and nursing are really great programs for students who want to pursue licenses in those fields. Definitely in terms of the price that you would pay, it's definitely easier to go to some other colleges that may charge you lots and lots of money to get these licenses. But at Hostos, the price remains the same no matter what degree or major you pursue. It's still the $320 per credit. So many of our students pursue these radiology, dental hygiene, and nursing classes. However, they are very competitive. Although we are a community college. So there are clinical components to these programs. So any student interested in those programs are admitted into the major at the college, but not into the program. Students would be admitted or reviewed for admission to the program after a set of courses, prerequisite courses are completed and the academic performance is evaluated. In addition, we also have education majors. We have early childhood education. And we've recently added a physical education track to our liberal arts degree. So we're constantly trying to expand the offerings available to our students. Another major to highlight, which is relatively new as well, We began the food studies program in 2018, and last year we actually graduated our first students with our food studies associate in science degree. Food studies, it's not typically like culinary, it's more about food and environmental sustainability. It's like there'll be specific programs in terms of, you know, working with like the Bronx farmers market and whatnot. So it's a really great way to become immersed within the field, even within the community. As I mentioned earlier in the presentation, our dual degree programs with City College in Engineering and Criminal Justice, very popular programs as well. And it funnels those students to then get their bachelor's at the senior colleges within CUNY. Some other cool majors would be digital design and animation, digital music and game design. And these programs also offer a lot of external resources for students. So for example, our digital music program has a sound studio that any student interested or any student taking a music course can actually use and rent out the sound studio rooms. They can use any of the instruments and any of the equipment that's a part of the program. And it really gives them free rein to work on their own creative projects as well as their schoolwork. In addition, we also have business management. So like with business management, accounting and whatnot, those programs, generally we'll have students take those and then they'll transfer to the four-year school as well. We have a bunch of articulation agreements with other colleges. So for example, with our allied health programs, the associate in science degrees, the associate of applied science degrees, generally with those, you would need to have an articulation agreement to then pursue a bachelor's, because the applied science, those last few credits generally are not transferable to other colleges. However, majority of the programs at Hostos are transferable outside of the CUNY system. However, if you're transferring within the CUNY system, all of your credits will transfer. In terms of student support services, we have so many available on the campus. It's important that you note, once you're admitted into the college, we do not expect you to know what classes that you need to take. We don't expect you to know where you need to go. So we offer, our advising units offer orientations for all new incoming students. So you will be guided to register for the appropriate classes, and you will be able to speak more about your career aspirations, any external influences you may feel affect your enrollment, you know, whether you need to be part-time or full-time. And we're always available to refer students to support services available on the campus. Primarily, many of our students are part of our student success coaching unit. So they are the ones who would offer those orientations. We have a variety of programs that help students in the areas of math and English. So I think a main program that also makes Hostos stand out is our CLIP program and our CUNY, our CUNY and Math Start programs. So our CLIP program is for English language learners. So anyone who may be an English language learner or would like to improve their skills in English to obtain a degree at the college can be a part of this CLIP program, which generally students would take the program for between 1 and 3 semesters. It's very intensive. It's reading, writing, and speaking intensive. And after you complete it, you'll be able to transition directly into the college level courses. So even if you do not have the greatest English skills at this time, we have opportunities for students to gain those skills to then get their degree. So there's no student who will not have the opportunity to excel at the college. We also offer a single stop service, which will help any student who may need referrals to certain governmental services. They'll help with, applications if any student needs governmental assistance with food stamps or any of those areas. They'll help with tax preparation. We also have an academic tutoring center, our Hostos Academic Learning Center. This learning center Right now, it's primarily offered virtually. So any subject at the college, there will be tutors available. And if there is not, you contact the Academic Learning Center and they will be able to accommodate that for you. However, the tutoring sessions are maximum 4 students to 1 tutor. So we always recommend any student who may be having difficulties in any of their classes take advantage of this, because this is part of your tuition dollars that you pay. You have access to all of these services. In terms of student activities, we also offer a lot of on-campus events with health and wellness, as well as student clubs. So we also do have a student government. We have a variety of clubs that relate to either, it can be if you're interested in a sport, like we'll have a soccer club, there'll be like a gaming club. And just know that if there are any specific clubs that you're looking for that are not available, you as a student are actually able to create one on your own. And if that is something you want to do, that would look really great on a resume or any type of application moving forward. So, you know, there is availability to create any type of club on the campus. In turn, I already spoke about career services. We also have an accessibility resource center. So any student who may need any type of learning accommodation will be able to utilize our accessibility resource center. They have a lot of really cool gadgets that make the educational experience more equitable for those who may have any type of impairments or disabilities that may affect their educational experience. Another important thing to note is counseling services. So in this day and age with mental health and all of the things going on in the world, we offer free counseling services to students. So if you're having any issues, even if it's not related to your education, you can make an appointment with a mental health counselor at the college, and they will be able to assist you with any of those problems that you have. We also have transfer services. So, you know, as a community college, our students get associate degrees, but we know that many of our students still would like to continue on afterwards. So our transfer service office, the staff there are able to help students make the best decision for the college that they may want to transfer to. They'll help them with the application processes. They'll help them figure out, you know, what works best financially. So that's a really important resource to take advantage of as well if students don't want to stop at their associate degree. So as the tuition was mentioned, it would be for New York. So for New York residents, I know many of you here may not be New York residents, it would be $4,800 per year. Otherwise, any out-of-state students, it would be $320 per credit. And as I mentioned, it's per credit, it is not per degree program. So it does not matter what degree you pursue, you pay, so you pay these rates listed. So $320 per credit as an out-of-state. In-state is $4,800 per year. So our athletics program has actually been up and coming. Before the pandemic hit, we actually had our women's basketball team on track to win their 3rd National Junior College Division III Women's Basketball Championship. Obviously, they didn't get to the 3rd one. However, they won 2 years in a row, which is a really great way to get Hostos on the map, especially within athletics. In the future, we are planning to incorporate more sports teams. That would include swimming, track and field, as well as soccer and volleyball. We actually are in way of our volleyball season now. So anyone who wants to check up on any of the stats or whatnot, you can do that on our Hostos website. But I would definitely say that, you know, being immersed in either a club or a sport at a college is a really great way to make sure that you're getting the most out of your college experience. In addition to these sports, we also offer esports. So similar to what a few of the other colleges said, this is relatively new. And basically you can game and you can compete against other schools within these video games. So it's in a more inclusive way for students to participate in sports and to, you know, be part of a sports team on the campus. So this last slide is just to explain how you can connect with us. If you go on our Hostos website, we offer general information sessions and our director's virtual brunches. These are basically general information sessions in which you can either speak with an admission advisor such as myself or our director to gain any information about the college or about admission. We are beginning to start virtual walking tours. We actually did one just yesterday for the first time, and it actually worked out really well. So I think that in the future, we will plan to incorporate more of those since many of our students aren't actually able to access the campus at this time if they're not students. We also have a Zoom virtual office that anyone can join throughout our operating hours throughout the week. Where they can speak with an admission advisor. So we definitely recommend, joining the Zoom virtual office, if you have any questions, or even if you would like to complete direct admission, as I mentioned previously. But if any of this information has intrigued you and you would like to become part of the Hostos community, we really urge you to connect with us through one of these ways so that we can provide you with any assistance moving forward. But I just want to thank all of you for being here, and I really do hope to connect with you in the future so that we can get you started on your educational journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And I'd like to now introduce Kia Anderson from Rutgers Newark. Kia, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to get my slides up.
Perfect. That's right of you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to keep this really quick, but good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kia Anderson. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Rutgers University in Newark. 2 seconds, pull the slides up. So really quick, for those of you who are not familiar with Rutgers, Rutgers is a state university here in New Jersey. We do have 3 regional campuses, each within the divisions of the state. I know some people are kind of not a believer in Central Jersey, but within the 3 regions of North, Central, and South Jersey, we have the Rutgers University Newark campus, which I represent, Rutgers University in Camden, which is right outside Philadelphia, and our largest campus location and flagship is Rutgers New Brunswick. We do also offer several off-campus and online programs throughout the state of New Jersey and within local community colleges throughout the state. So as I mentioned before, I'm representing the Rutgers Newark campus location where access meets opportunity. So within the 3 regional campuses within the Rutgers University system, Rutgers Newark is considered a medium-sized campus. Our overall enrollment has around 14,000 undergraduate students, where our students benefit from being a part of a large research institution. However, we have that small, close-knit campus atmosphere. Our student-to-faculty ratio is 12:1, and our average student class size is around 30 students. So pretty traditional to most high school classrooms. We do offer our students the opportunity to be a part of our various campus programs and activities that are shared amongst the 3 campus locations in Newark, New Brunswick, and Camden. So if you wanted to do like different sporting events and things of that nature. However, all of your coursework, your major, where you would live on campus and where you would report to would be on your central home campus, which would be in Newark. Our commitment to diversity and access is apparent throughout our campus community, whether you're looking at our student body or our faculty and staff. And over the past 20 years, US News and World Report ranked Rutgers Newark the most diverse university in the United States. Our diversity, as I mentioned before, is really something that I always encourage students to look at when they're considering other universities, when you're looking for that fit. We don't have a true minority or majority on campus. The traditional ethnic and racial backgrounds are pretty similar across the board, around 20% for most ethnic backgrounds that are here. And that doesn't just account for the diversity that we include in our campus. We do have a 36% of our student body that identify as first generation college students. We do have 10% of our students that are international. So there's a lot going on within our campus community. So within Rutgers University Newark, we have 4 undergraduate schools in which students can apply to. And just to clear some things up that might be a little tricky, when you are applying to Rutgers University, whether it's Newark, New Brunswick, or Camden, you're applying to an undergraduate school that is within a campus. So in Rutgers University Newark, if you are filling out our online application, you'd apply to Newark College of Arts and Sciences, where a majority of our students are enrolled. That covers most of our liberal arts programs within humanities, social sciences, STEM, and fine visual and performing arts. We also have Rutgers Business School Newark, which is a shared business school with our New Brunswick campus, which houses our 6 undergraduate business programs. We have School of Criminal Justice, as well as our School of Public Affairs and Administration. For those of you that might be transfer students, University College Newark is home to a variety of our programs that are offered within the 4 schools mentioned before. But these courses within University College are offered on a more flexible basis. So if you are a student that might need weekend classes or evening-based courses, or maybe even online, and this was for students pre-COVID, and it will definitely be around post-COVID, this would be where you would want to enroll. But throughout the 5 schools, we do have 80+ programs of study. Within our unique opportunities, we have several pre-professional programs, so pre-medical, pre-dental, pre-physical therapy, pre-pharmacy, as well as several accelerated programs, which would be our 4+1 combined degree opportunities. We also offer an honors college, which is going to be a part of all of our academic schools that I mentioned on our last slide, study abroad opportunities for students that are interested in going abroad, as well as our non-traditional honors program, which is the Honors Living Learning Community, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Living on campus, we do have residential opportunities for students. For first-year students, we have a large suite-style rooms. So a suite is home to 6 students. So it's 3 doubles. So you would have a roommate that you would share a bedroom with. But within the suite, it'll be 6 of you that'll share a common area as well as a bathroom. For upper class students, we have apartment style housing, which is 4 single bedrooms. So you would have your own room within the apartment. But much like the suite, you would have a shared common area, bathroom, but with the apartments, it comes a kitchen. All of our residence halls are above retail space buildings. So our first year students, beneath the residence hall, will have our dining hall on campus. And then our upper class spaces have different campus eateries. So we have a Subway in one, as well as some other really great food. Freshman 15 is definitely a thing. I know within walking distance of our admissions office on campus, we have a lot of great food, which ties again into our diversity on campus, because you can have Korean one day, Indian food the next. And then if you are, walk a little bit of a distance, we have some really good Mexican food and taco spots. So there's definitely a lot going on. However, I did want to mention that majority of our campus community is comprised of commuting students. However, we do have an on-campus presence for students that are interested in living on campus. So looking at the affordability and value of a Rutgers Newark education. So for the current academic school year, for students that are enrolled full-time, our tuition and fees as a New Jersey state resident is around $16,000. Non-New Jersey residents or students that live out of state, including international students, do have that increased tuition rate. As I mentioned before, Rutgers is a state school, so we do offer a 2-tiered in-state, out-of-state tuition rate. Room and board across the board, whether you're in state or out of state, is going to be $13,929. And for students that are filing the FAFSA, our federal school code is listed there. I know some schools within the state of New Jersey or within the New York metropolitan region, if they have other campuses, they might have different codes. Rutgers University has one code that's shared throughout the university, so we're able to process your financial aid, regardless if you're applying to Newark, New Brunswick, or Camden. So let's talk a little bit about our honors living learning community. So the HLLC program, as I'll refer to, is a non-traditional honors program that is looking for students that are really talented and want to make a difference within their community and beyond, and have a passion for social justice. I know traditionally when you think about honors and the type of programs that these bring to students, you might be thinking about, high SAT scores or ACT scores, or, really high GPA, or maybe even students that have taken AP or IB courses. And that's not the case here. So with this program, it's a cohort model of students that we refer to as our change makers that are really looking to bring awareness as well as change to, our community. This is a residential experience, so this program does offer a scholarship opportunity, which covers your room and board for 4 years or 8 semesters while enrolled as a student here. This is open to all students to apply to when you're completing your Rutgers application for Rutgers Newark. All you would need to do is meet the requirements, which would be applying to the university by December 1st, submitting either the FAFSA, or if you're a New Jersey state resident that does not have a legal documented status, or you are considered a DREAMer or DACA student, the New Jersey alternative application, as well as completing the question on our application if you're interested in applying for the HLLC, which will allow for you to have that supplemental application appearing in your student portal. Students will be invited in January for a large group interview, and following the large group interview, you may be asked back for a personal interview with an admissions counselor, HLLC program staff, or any member of our Rutgers Newark community. And then this process, once it concludes, will include a supplemental essay. But more information about the HLLC program is available on our website. So our first year admissions process is really easy and simple for students. So first thing that you're going to want to do is apply online. Where you can find our application is admissions.rutgers.edu/apply. We are not members of the Common App. So you'll only be able to find our application on our website, or if you are applying through the Coalition application. We do allow for our students to follow their status online through their application student portal, which will show you any documentation that you need to submit, any notices, as well as whether or not you were admitted to the university, which is really nice. So no longer are the days of you waiting at home for the mailman to bring the giant letter. You can find out while you're right in school your admissions decision. We still do send those nice packages, but you'll hear from us online before you get it in the mail, which is really nice. Aside from that, you would just need to complete the self-reported academic record, which is the SRAR, which is you self-reporting your grades from your freshman year through junior year, the level of the courses, so if you took an honors or AP class, and the grade that you received. So if your high school uses letter grades, you'll be able to use the letter grade system. If your high school does the numeric grades, then you can post those grades as well. Obviously, if you are applying, which you should be right now this fall, you'd also list the courses that are in process during senior year. We understand that you may not have grades readily available for you right now, but we will get those grades from you at a later time. And this is an optional thing, but one that I always recommend for students to complete while they're doing the application process is completing and submitting the FAFSA or the New Jersey alternative application. This is how you will be considered for any type of need-based aid, whether it's coming from university, federal, or state government. Lastly, I know some other universities or some of the partners that were on today that shared information with you. We are a test optional school, so it's your discretion if you wanted to submit SAT or ACT scores with us, but we also do not require letters of recommendation for students. The only thing in addition to the application, which is included, that you would need to do is submit an essay. Lastly, our first year deadline. So our early action deadline is quickly approaching, which is November 1st, which is next weekend. And then we have our regular decision date, which is December 1st. The difference between the deadlines is essentially when you would hear back from the university. Again, students are able to check their status of their application on our website. And once you create an account, you can start and stop the application at any time. And I did want to also mention that students are welcome to submit applications after these posted deadlines. I understand life might get real. You might have a family emergency or anything of that nature. You want to be sure to still make sure that you're sending your application in. We do accept fee waivers for students. So if you are a student that is eligible for free or reduced lunch, if you are coming from a low-income background, and if you are qualified or pre-qualified for the EOF program, we will waive your $70 application fee. But the only fee waivers that we accept, we don't provide them, will be the College Board application fee waivers or the NACAC fee waivers, which you can coordinate with your guidance counselor on how to complete those and submit those into our office. We do have an EOF program, much like some of the other New Jersey schools that discussed earlier on. So be sure when you see the question on our application that you answer that if you feel that you qualify. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'll leave the slide up for a few moments and I'll put my contact information in the chat, but feel free to contact me with any questions. I am the direct admissions contact for first year students, as well as any transfers from Hudson County. Thank you again and good luck to everybody applying.
Thank you so much, Kia, for being with us today. Thank you so much for presenting on behalf of Rutgers in Newark. And I'd like to now introduce, Janice Kiernick from Northwestern University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for bearing with us. I know it's a Saturday, it's a long day, and we're in the latter half of the presentations, but thank you so much for being with us today. My name is Celeste Mabea. I am an Assistant Director of Admissions at Seton Hall. I'm also a resident of Jersey City. I went to school in Jersey City, so I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. And also thank you, Ashley, for organizing this. I love seeing students within the Jersey City area getting, resources and information regarding the different colleges around. So I'm going to share my screen and then we will go start our presentation as well. Okay, so as you guys are able to see my screen, yes, can I just get a general yes? Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so as you can see, I have put my contact information here at the beginning. As I stated, my name is Celeste Mabea. I'm Assistant Director of Admissions at Seton Hall University. I currently cover the territories of Hudson County, Bergen County within New Jersey, as well as the state of Illinois, Oklahoma, and South Dakota. So definitely Northwestern, the view of Chicago, you are not lying. It is beautiful over there as well. So Seton Hall University, we are located in South Orange, New Jersey, about 30 minutes away from Jersey City. We are a private Catholic institution founded in 1856, known for being home for the mind, heart, and the spirit. We offer all of the advantages of a large research university coupled with the benefits of a small, supportive, and nurturing environment. And you'll see that through all of our internships, resources that we offer, personal attention, class sizes. We have just over 10,000 students on our campus, but only 6,200 make up our undergraduate population. All 50 states represented and over 70 countries also represented on our campus. And that's also reflective of not just having different ethnic groups on campus, but also reflected within our diversity rate, as well as our student clubs and organizations. As I stated, we like to focus a lot on personal attention. So even though you might see a large student population on campus, you'll only see a small number of that within your class sizes. So our average class size is about 21, with a student to faculty ratio of about 14:1. That allows our students to get a lot of personal attention from their professors, be able to network, and also get to know their classmates as well. This has provided to enrich them within the field, whether it's academically and also outside as well. Outstanding academics, we have over 90 undergraduate programs at Seton Hall. These are our major colleges here, and I'll just go briefly talking about them. If you're enrolling as undecided at Seton Hall, you will be enrolled into the College of Arts and Sciences. This is where we house most of our majors. So if you are interested in anything from psychology, social work, biology, Africana studies, different languages, those are all housed within the College of Arts and Sciences. We also have our School of Theology. As I stated, we are a Catholic institution, so we offer different tracks within sacred scripture, Catholic theology, spiritual theology, that you can focus on within that field as well. Our School of Diplomacy and International Relations, one of our most unique but very popular programs. This curriculum actually for our diplomacy and international relations students was curated by the United Nations directly, and that has given us unprecedented access to the UN. Students are also able to complete a study abroad internship opportunity in Washington, D.C. We've had students at the White House, working for the defense, working for the FBI, UNICEF, United Nations themselves. So that's something that has been, working really, really well within our program. Students are very interested in this, and they're also able to do a 3+3 track within the law school as well. We do have our School of Law, and students are able to do direct admit programs, which can focus on 5 different tracks. So anything from business to political science, religion, social work, diplomacy, and international relations. They can complete and get their bachelor's and JD within 6 years. The first 3 years will be spent at our South Orange campus. Then the last 3 years will be spent at the law school, which is located in Newark, New Jersey, just about 15 minutes away from our main campus. We also have our Stillman School of Business, which is really a popular program as well, ranked one of the best undergraduate business schools. We also have our Business Leadership Program, which has been ranked #1 for the last 5 years in a row at the Stillman School of Business. Students have access to anything from market research centers to esports polling, stock trading, being so close to New York City, having Wall Street and different access to Fortune 500 companies. Students are able to get as much experience as they can in the classroom as well as outside of the classroom. Our College of Education and Human Services, we actually require more hours of teaching practicums than any other school in New Jersey. You will have 4 placements that you'll be taking within your freshman to junior year. So you'll be doing an urban, suburban, private, and a public school. And that way it just kind of exposes you to a different variety of teaching mechanisms, environments, and then you'll do a full year of teaching within your senior year. That allows you to just get as much experience as you can prior to your graduation. We have our College of Communications and the Arts. This was previously joined with the College of Arts and Sciences. However, we did separate it just to put more of a focus onto our art, theater, journalism, public relations majors. We have our WSOU, which is our Seton Hall radio station. It's actually been ranked as one of the best radio stations in the nation and was recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I think is really, really great for a college radio station. We also have our Setonian, which is our college newspaper, which is also nationally ranked as well. And we do have our Bronson debate team, which students are really, taking into effect to make sure that they're getting as much experience within these fields. Students have been able to do internships from anywhere from Carnegie Hall, Radio City, ABC, NBC, within the College of Communications and the Arts. Up next, we have our College of Nursing. Our College of Nursing is actually the oldest College of Nursing within New Jersey. It is a direct admit program as well. So students are able to enroll in this coming into Seton Hall. And we actually start you with nursing classes your freshman year. So we're getting you right on started. And then in the spring semester of your sophomore year, we'll transition you to our IHS campus, which is located in Nutley, New Jersey. That is our interprofessional health sciences campus. It is where we house all of our School of Nursing, School of Medicine, and School of Health and Medical Sciences majors, just to mimic and create that collaborative hospital environment where you're able to see different health professionals like doctors, nurses, PAs, PTs, and give you as much focus and resources within that school, between that campus as well. We do offer state-of-the-art facilities. So anything from our simulation labs, mock OR rooms, ER rooms, those are all simulated within our IHS campus. So you are getting as much experience while you're there prior to you even continuing your clinicals at hospitals with real life doctors and nurses, where they should be impressed with all of the resources and knowledge that you have prior to you attending there. Next, we also have our School of Health and Medical Sciences. So here is where we house all of our physician assistants, physical therapy, athletic training, majors, anything that you might be interested in within this field. There are also 3+3s and also a 4+3 joint MD program. Our joint MD program is in conjunction with Hackensack Meridian School of Health, and it does provide great advantage to our students. You are able to major in anything within your first 4 years, as long as you take the medical prerequisites needed to apply for the med school. Once you are, you complete your MCAT, you do get a guaranteed interview to the Hackensack Meridian Health System med school, as well as 25% of their seats are reserved specifically for Seton Hall students. That is something that our students have taken great knowledge and knowing that they have a great advantage in getting into that medical school. And it's something that has been useful and been helpful within their search as well. Please note, this does not just bind you to that medical school. If you decide to still attend a different one, you're more than welcome to. This is just a way, for our students to get as much resource and advantage, while attending Seton Hall as well. We also do have a partnership with Stevens Institute of Technology. It is a 3+2 for all of our engineering students who are interested in that major. You can major in anything from chemistry to physics, and then complete your bachelor's degree at Seton Hall within those first 3 years, and then transition into Stevens Institute, which is located in Hoboken, for the last 2 years, and get your master's in engineering, artificial intelligence, civil, construction, oceanic, any concentration that you may want to focus on, and do an accelerated 5-year program. At Seton Hall, we like to focus a lot on hands-on learning, as some of the other institutions mentioned as well. We do know that there's a need for students to get as much experience while they're also studying full-time or part-time in school. That is something that is plaguing our society, where students are graduating but might not be able to get employed right after. So that's something that we're making sure we're tackling on our campus. So we're doing that through research with faculty. We do have various study abroad programs. You are able either to do a full year, a summer, semester, or also a embedded semester session, whether you can do like a 2 weeks within spring break. For our diplomacy and international relations students, you can do a semester in DC, where you'll be taking your classes. You'll be doing your internship Monday through Thursday, and then classes on Friday. We have various community service opportunities, especially with our division of volunteer efforts and on our campus. That's something that we really do take into hand, and they do travel to other different places as well. As I mentioned before, our WSOU and the Setonian, and then also for our business students, the Market Research Center, Mark Trading Room, Sports Polling Center, and for our other health sciences majors with the clinical learning labs and behavioral and psychology labs. It doesn't hurt that we're so close to New York City either. As you guys know, from the living in Jersey City, we're only about 10 minutes away from going into one Holland Tunnel away. So within South Orange, we do have a train station that's 5 minutes away from campus. That'll take you directly into the city as well. And this has helped our students out, especially when they're doing internships. And speaking of internships and career services, we offer over 17,000 internship opportunities to our students. We're actually ranked 4th in the nation for internship opportunities. 81% of our students are either doing 1 or more internships, and that has boosted our employment rate up to 93%. So now students are getting, to study full-time and or part-time, and then also still, get the experience that they need. And afterwards, Seton Hall graduates' mid-career earnings are 50% higher than the national average. Some of the logos that you're seeing are just different places that our students have interned. So you'll see anywhere from the Prudential Center, ESPN, the NBA. We've had students in the NFL, Gucci. So it's just different various places that students are able to get as much experience in. The Career Services Department really works well to make sure that they're matching you directly with, a company that will help you within the track that you're trying to get into. So you're not just doing an internship, without getting something beneficial out of it. You're able to network, get many resources, and that can definitely help you out when you're looking for a job after. We have over 550 employers visiting our campus every year to recruit our graduates right after graduation. So that's also something that students can look forward to here at Seton Hall. Campus life, we do have over 150 student clubs and organizations, very diverse, anything from ethnic to program related to, sports. We have all of those on campus. If there is a club that you do not see, you're more than welcome to start your own. We also have over 26 Greek organizations on campus. If you are interested in doing anything socially or academically, it will be available for you. I'm a member of a sorority, and we also have a chapter on campus at Seton Hall, and that's something that definitely enhanced my college experience, and it's something I will always advocate for students to do as well. We have weekly events and entertainment hosted by our Students Activities Board. That could be anything within campus at the South Orange Performing Arts Center, or something Seton Hall related that's within New York City. So you'll never be bored on campus. On the athletic side, we are our NCAA Division I school. We are in the Big East Conference. So we have 14 Division I sports teams, most popularly known for our men's basketball team. But we do have anything from swimming, volleyball, tennis, different things, cross country that you might be interested in. And then we also have over 25 club and intramural sports. So if there's something that you want to play, but you don't want to play at the D1 level, that's completely fine. You can play it at the club or intramural level. As for campus housing, we have 6 residence halls on campus and 2 off-campus apartment buildings. 80% of our freshmen currently stay on campus. However, you're not required to. We just know most of our students do so because they want to enjoy their full college experience. And then we also have 50% of the total undergraduate population living in university housing. If you are interested in coming to see one of our dorms, you can definitely do so while coming in for a campus tour, and or if you're ever coming in for our open house as well. Affordability and scholarships. So Seton Hall is very aware that college can be very expensive. So we do the best that we can to make sure we are assisting you within that process as well. We give over 100 million in scholarships and grants each year. These are our merit-based academic scholarships that are automatically awarded upon admission. So they are both test and test optional. So it is definitely up to the student when they're submitting their application, what they would choose to submit to us. So whether that's their test scores and or just their GPA. We are test optional until the fall of 2026. So even if you're not a senior, you're a junior or sophomore, when you're applying into Seton Hall, you will still be able to catch us within that test optional period. There are only 2 programs that require you still provide test scores. That is our Joint MD program, and as well as our College of Education. However, past those 2 programs, you are able to apply test optional. 98% of our students receive aid, and also they receive grants and scholarships directly from Seton Hall as well. And then we have special scholarships that you can apply for on our website. The deadline for those is January 15th. And those are very random. They could be anything from if you have a firefighter within your family, if you've done community service, if you live in a specific county or within a specific state, you would be eligible to apply for those special scholarships. In addition, we also have our EOF funding program, and I do have our EOF representative here with us today, and I'll just let him explain the slide.
Thank you, Celestine. My name is Gregory Gamble. I'm the Assistant Director of EOF Recruitment at Seton Hall. Quickly, just going to cover over the ALF opportunities that we have at Seton Hall University. I'm sure everybody online already understands what the Educational Opportunity Fund is, but we provide 2 specialty programs, Educational Opportunity Program, as well as the Pre-Dental, Pre-Medical Plus Program. We accept about 70 to 80 incoming freshmen per academic year, and we offer resources such as counseling, tutoring, and tuition grants. We also have summer institutes where you can earn up to 7 college credits. And then in the link or in the chat box, I've provided a link to a video that you can learn how to apply to the program. It's very simple. You don't have to do any additional applications. You can click on the radio button right on the Seton Hall University application for admission, both on the Comment app as well as on the application on our website. I've also included a link in the chat to make sure that you register and get credit for attending today's college fair, because demonstrated interest is a huge component to admission at Seton Hall for this year. And with that being said, I'm going to talk briefly about the application process. So we have 4 application deadlines, 2 of them being early action. Early action at Seton Hall is non-binding. So if you are admitted, it is not required that you attend the university. Those deadlines are November 15th and December 15th. And then we have regular decision deadlines of February 1st and March 1st. Some of the benefits of applying early action are that, 1, you can receive your decision earlier. Usually it takes about 4 weeks to receive your decision. But if you apply early action, you will find out no later than January 1st. 2, you'll put yourself in position to get your financial aid package earlier. And then that leads to the 3rd benefit of being able to make your college decision a bit earlier. Things that you'll need to include into your application, the application itself, of course. As I stated a little bit earlier, we accept both the Common App and the Seton Hall application that's found on our website. There is an application fee of $55, but as you can see on the screen, we've provided the application fee waiver. That code is XFW, X as in X-ray, F as in Frank, W as in window, and that will waive the $55 fee. Of course, you'll need to include your essay, transcripts and council reports, your teacher recommendation letters, and then if you have taken the standardized test, either the SAT or ACT, you'll need to include that as well. But as Celestine iterated, we are test optional through fall of 2026. We do take a holistic review, so if you don't meet the GPA requirements to get into some of our specific programs, we will consider things like your essay and your letters of recommendation. But our average applicants have about a 3.6 GPA, 1285 on the SAT or 28 on the ACT. And then lastly, we always encourage you to connect with us. On the screen, you'll find our phone number to our admissions office and our general admissions email address, which is thehall@shu.edu. We are on Instagram at Hall Admissions. One thing to consider, as I stated, demonstrated interest is a huge factor and component to admission. We have open house tomorrow, Sunday, October 24th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be having another open house Sunday, November 21st, during the same hours. You can register for a campus tour. Those are both in person and virtually at the website link below, which is www.shu.edu/campus tours. We offer these weekly, both in person and virtually, again, at the times of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then 3 times on Saturday, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 2 p.m. We also have virtual information sessions every Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Gregory. Like I stated, if you have any questions for us, you are more than welcome to put them in the chat, or you can send us an email, whether it's at thehall@shu.edu, or you can personally send it to me, again, at my email address as well. I'll be your point of contact for anything Seton Hall related, whether that's the application process, enrollment process as well. But thank you so much for holding on and still staying on for our presentation. And again, thank you, Ashley, for having us.
Thank you so much, Celeste and Gregory. So now I'm going to turn it over to Francisco Colon from William Patterson University.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Francisco Colon. I wear the proud orange and black from William Patterson University. Let me try to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Can you guys see that? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the administration office here at William Patterson. We're located in Wayne, New Jersey, not Patterson, New Jersey. Patterson, New Jersey is 10 minutes, actually 15 minutes away from Wayne, New Jersey. It's a rural area. Let me see, can I go? Okay, so I'm gonna talk about, trying to see. Okay, we're going to talk about our institutions, the 4 colleges, and the application process for William Patterson University. This is the ultimate goal that we want to see you guys is graduating in 4 years, being happy and successfully moving on to bigger and better things, of course. So we were founded in 1855. We're located in Wayne, New Jersey. We're 20 miles away from New York City, which is very convenient. We're very affordable. We have 43 Fulbright scholars among faculty, these are faculty members that came from overseas and are studying for doing research, grants and so forth, and basically enhancing the students' learning process on campus as well. We're a diverse campus. We're a Hispanic serving institution. Basically, every 5 individuals that you see on campus, you're going to see a Latino or African American on campus. 50% of our students, 50% of our first year freshmen live on campus. They're guaranteed to get housing. We have 9 residence halls that caters to 2,000 students to live on campus. We're a public institution that has an enrollment of 8,000 students. We're Division III, baseball, basketball, football, basketball, football, women's softball, track and field, but we're Division I when it comes to soccer and wrestling. We have over 120 clubs and organization. I am a proud member of the Black and Old Gold. We have fraternities, sororities, the Divine 9, grade 8, and we also have NAFO, which caters to the Latinos or Latinx organizations as well as the Asian organization. And I'm trying to run through as fast as I can because I know you guys been here for a while. So, we're taking COVID-19 very seriously, and we're basically our motto is to protect everyone to be safe. So we take very safety measures to make sure that everyone is safe. If there's an outbreak somewhere, obviously everything is on a hold. We won't proceed with classes, and that individual, particularly individual, must be isolated for 14 days and come back. But then if it's a student, obviously the student can take hybrid classes. And if it's a staff member, obviously the staff member has to go home for 14 days and then come back. So these are our academic programs that we have. We also have an EOF program. Just to talk slightly about the EOF program, I know my other colleagues from other institutions was talking about. We accept students with a 3.0. But when it comes to EOF, Education Opportunity Fund, which caters to socioeconomically disadvantaged students, low income, that is basically a pride and joy of all New Jersey residents. We have a 6-week summer academy, which you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You live on campus for free. It's also an enrichment academy, which you will be enhancing on your study skills, time management, your writing, reading, mathematics, and science. And at the end of the summer academy, you will obtain or you will earn 3 to 6 credits. And also the EOF will help you with your book stipend as well, and also partially help you with your tuition. So we have over 250 majors, minors, and concentrations. We also have the 4+1, which you can earn your master's in 5 years. So this is the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science. These are the programs that basically are the majors that we offer here. Music is one of our top programs that we have here at William Patterson. And obviously, if you can come in with a 3.5 GPA, you can earn basically different scholarships, which I would talk about later. The art studios, fine arts, journalism. We also have a radio station here as well as a TV station. They're all local. So if you want to do journalism, broadcasting, public relations, media studio, this is your thing, because you can work behind the scene or on the scene on the TV station that we have or the radio station. This is the College of Education. I'm sorry. These are basically the courses that we have. But when it comes to the master's program, we do have 15 certification programs and 20 master's program that includes also an EDD in higher education and education as well. So this is our program of the College of Arts and Science. And these are basically the majors that we have there. You can do your pre-professional concentration, pre-med, pre-dental, physician assistant, physical therapy if you want, sports medicine, sports management, physical education. We also have computer science and so forth. The College of Business. So we do have, these are all the majors that we do have. We have the 4+1 that I was mentioning, and other institution as well, mentioned that as well. This is a great opportunity for you guys, not just for the business. We do have the study abroad that we work with 40 different countries. So let's say if you, for example, you want to go to Italy for study abroad, the same tuition that you pay here, you pay in the University of Italy. And you can take accounting over there, or you can take entrepreneurship or even real estate in Italy. And you can stay there for a semester or two. And you can take a language. So if you want to learn the lovely language of Italia, to learn to speak Italian, you can take that over there and basically come back here. And in your 5th year, basically you'll be taking master's degree courses, and you can finish up and earn your MBA. So that's the 4+1. Application. So you can do the Common App, or you can apply basically to us, William Patterson, wpunj.edu, and just apply to us. We will need your official transcript, of course, and we're looking at your freshman, sophomore, junior semester. If you ran into some hiccups along the line in your high school journey, we probably will have to look at your 4th year, but we do have early decision making as well. We're test optional, but only nursing students will not get that opportunity. But if you want to provide an essay or personal statement, you can, but we really look at just your transcript. So it'll take like 2 business days after you submit your application to us. For additional application or a special application such as the Honors College, EOF, and music, for the music is going to go into the next presentation. So this is special admission requirements. So when it comes to nursing, it's not test optional unless you have a 3.5. If you have a 3.5, then it's test optional. It's very competitive to get into the nursing program here. We look at the SAT scores of 1130 or the SATs of 23. And these are the once you just don't get into the nursing program, you still have to take prerequisite courses to basically get into the nursing program. So it is anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, chemistry 1 and 2, microbiology, lifespan, psychology, statistics, or probably pre-calculus and writing 101. And once you have a 3.0 and above, then it's good to go. You should be in the program. Transfer, you're not transferring yet from, you guys are high school students. And when it comes to the music department, you definitely have to be creative, especially you have to record your own audition or come in and have a one-on-one face-to-face with the faculty so they can basically evaluate your talents so you can move on and be accepted into the music program. Okay, so this is the Honors College. With the Honors College, basically, if you have a 3.5, 3.6, you can get in. If you do not have that GPA, we're looking at the SATs of 1233, SAT of 27. If you have any advanced AP courses or dual courses, basically we accept that to come in, those courses to come into the institution. And if you have any other questions after this, please feel free to ask me. So these are some of the scholarships that we offer. Freshmen, as long as you have a 3.5, these are the scholarships that you can earn. The funding that you can earn of 5,000 to 9,000. We have scholarships also in talent scholarships, arts and music. We have a trustee scholarship, donor scholarship, institutional scholarship. There are a range from 1,000 to 10,000. We also have a special scholarship for students that are having unforeseen situations, such as a room grant. So you live on campus all your 4 years for free, but that doesn't apply for your tuition or meals. So we grant those scholarships for 31 students, and those students, if they have special situations or unforeseen situations, they'll receive that room grant. These are our different deadlines. So for freshman scholars, freshman nursing is December 1st. Financial aid to fill out your application is April 1st of next year, but the sooner the better. All these are coming up next year. Well, your financial aid application, which is is basically the most important, is April 1st. That should be filled out as soon as possible. As soon as you have your parents' income, you should just fill that out and you should be good to go. We're exceptional value. Our William Patterson is affordable. It's $14,210. With room and board is $11,240, and the total of $25,450. That obviously will trickle down with your scholarships and all the grants that you're going to receive. And obviously, if you're filling out financial aid, and you're going to get TAG, which is a state and Pell, and basically that will bring down this tuition. We just talked about need-based grants. Obviously, students get scared when they see student loans, there's scholarships, there's payment plans, there's student employment that you can work on campus. Once you fill out your financial aid, in one of the questionnaires in filling out the financial aid, they're going to ask you, do you want to work on campus? And you should say yes. And then you get college federal work fund money to work on campus. And once you receive that, you can work in any department, in any program on campus, as long as you get an interview and they accept you. So we have the Pledge for Success. So these students are first-year students who are eligible for full state and federal support that you will not need to pay additional costs towards tuition. So if you are eligible for this, obviously you're coming to college for free at William Patterson. And who can say they can go to college for free? Only William Patterson. We're all doing this together. We're not gonna basically just let you come in and not support you, guide you. We're gonna be with you step by step, talk to you, educate you, groom you, develop you, obviously, to be a success here at William Patterson. So we're all doing this together, and we hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, this is our International Associate Director, Josh. These are all our freshman counselors. I look very happy with the orange tie. And thank you. So if you have any questions, please put it on the chat and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Thank you so much and have a great Saturday.
So thank you so much, Francisco. And last but not least, we have Shannon O'Brien from New Jersey Institute of Technology, NJIT. Turn it over to Shannon.
All right, thank you, Ashley. 1 second, let me share my screen. All right, can everyone see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Okay, well, thanks again for joining us this Saturday. I'm going to give you a quick overview of NJIT. Feel free to post any questions in the chat. NJIT is broken down amongst 5 different academic colleges. So we have our Martin Tuckman School of Management, our Hillier College of Architecture and Design, our College of Science and Liberal Arts, the Yingwu College of Computing, and the Newark College of Engineering. Our 6th program is our Albert Dorman Honors College. We were founded in 1888 and began as the Newark Technical School. In 1975 was when we transitioned to NJIT. We offer over 120 different major and degree programs for students to choose from, spread across those 5 different academic colleges that I mentioned. One of the biggest components at NJIT is our push for hands-on learning. So our students have access to over 135 different research centers and labs here on campus and all the way as far out as California. We do have an observatory for students in Big Bear, California. On campus, we have a maker space. We have a motion capture lab for our digital design students to utilize. We have Bloomberg terminals that our business students are using to study the stock market. So there's kind of a research and lab space for all of our majors that we offer. We have smaller class sizes, about 25 students per class. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. Our students enjoy this just because we do have a medium-sized enrollment, but you're kind of getting that small school feel where you are able to kind of network with your professors and hop on their research opportunities, as well as network with the other students in your class. Like I mentioned, we have a mid-sized enrollment. We have about 9,000 undergraduate students and 2,400 graduate students. So I talk about NJIT all day. It's my job to talk about NJIT. So we like to include some of our ratings and some of our headlines that have been written about us recently. We are top 50 public universities by US News and World Report. Forbes.com named us #1 in student upward economic mobility. We do have the highest research rating, which is R1, which is given out by Carnegie Mellon each year. And Forbes.com also named us #1 in top early salaries for public universities. Okay, so I was able to touch a little bit about life inside the classroom and our academics at NJIT. So I'll touch on student life as well. We offer 140 different clubs and organizations here at NJIT. They're kind of broken down into academic. They might be biology societies or engineering societies. We have more recreational clubs on campus, like a radio station. We have an a cappella group. And then we have service clubs that are going out into the community. They might be hosting tutoring sessions at local high schools or working within soup kitchens within the community of Newark. We also have a Greek life population on campus. And again, those clubs and organizations are kind of broken down into similar criteria. They might be more social, they might be academic, or they might be service organizations. NJIT is a Division I school. We have 19 different Division I sports for students to choose from. We also have club and intramural sports. So depending on how competitive you are looking to get, there is something for everyone. And we do have 6 different residence halls for students to choose from on campus. Our first year students are normally living in either communal style living, where you share a bathroom with your roommate and the rest of the floor, or suite style living, where you share a common area and a bathroom with your roommate and your next door neighbors. And then our juniors and seniors also have the option of living in apartment style units on campus. This is a tuition and cost breakdown. We are a state school, so there is a difference between the in-state tuition versus out-of-state tuition. In-state tuition is just over $18,000 a year. Out-of-state tuition is just over $34,000 a year. For all students, whether you are an in-state or out-of-state student, our room and board is just over $1,400 a year, $14,000 a year. We encourage all students to submit the FAFSA application. It opens the beginning of this month. It normally closes in February. After we receive that, NJIT will send you a financial aid breakdown, including any merit-based aid that you were awarded, anything you were awarded through the FAFSA, to give you an estimate of what tuition is going to look like for you for the following year. Going off of that, all students, when they apply as a first year, are automatically considered for academic scholarship. So there is no additional application for you to fill out. Based on your academic history, you'll be notified of any merit-based aid that you qualify for at the time of your admission. A great tool that we have is our net price calculator. So if you go to this site here, you can put in your academic history, your income and things like that, and it will give you an idea of what your tuition would be like at NJIT. Our career development services works very closely with our students. So they assist students with resume building opportunities. They host interview sessions to help you practice your interviewing skills. They have large career fairs, which are pictured here. So they have 2 of those a year. So they help students get jobs after NJIT, but also take part in co-op and internship opportunities while they're on campus. Normally, students are getting at least 1 internship before they graduate. Some of them get up to 3. These are some of the places that our students have interned with, but also gone on to work for as well. To apply to NJIT for first year students, we are on the Common Application. So you are going to submit the Common App. We're generally looking for a 3.0 on a 4.0 scale. As many of the schools before me noted, we are test optional for spring 2022 and fall 2022. You're more than welcome to submit the scores, but you do not have to. If you do submit them, we're generally looking for an 1170 on the SAT or a 24 and above on the ACT. We are requiring your official transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, and then if you are interested in our College of Architecture and Design, so that's our architecture, digital design, interior design, and industrial design majors, you will need to submit a portfolio. This is going to be 10 to 20 pieces of your work. It doesn't necessarily need to be major specific. So when I say that, if you are interested in architecture, it doesn't need to be just blueprints and models of buildings. It can be photography, illustration. Students have submitted photos of their pottery. So really, it's just a creative profile of who you are. We have a few different deadlines. We have 2 early action deadlines, November 15th and December 15th. These are non-binding. So all it means is that you receive your decision a little bit earlier. Generally, students who apply by these deadlines receive their decision by the new year, so early January. And then we have a rolling admission deadline of March 1st. So in January, as your application becomes complete, it usually takes us about 2 to 3 weeks to get you a decision. We do have an honors college that I mentioned earlier. So if you are interested in the honors college, you're going to indicate that on the application. It's going to populate a few more requirements for you. One is going to be an essay prompt. It's going to be 2 more letters of recommendation. They do require you to submit your SAT or your ACT scores for review as well. Their deadline is February 1st. So you have to have everything in by then. Generally, their decisions come out the end of February, and then a second round will normally come out the end of March. If we have any transfer students joining us, we have our application for transfer students directly on our website. Generally, we're looking for a 2.8 and above on the 4.0 scale. You will need to send over your official transcript. Most of our programs are going to require that you have a college level chemistry or physics class or a college level calculus class. I always recommend that students to reach out to the admissions office directly and let us know which program you're applying for, and we can give you the exact criteria when you're transferring in. We have 2 transfer deadlines. For the fall, it's June 1st, and for the spring, it is December 15th. We also have virtual instant decision days every Thursday from now until December. So if you wanted to register for one of those, you'd meet with a counselor, they'd review your transfer application right there, and they'd give you a decision virtually. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for joining us. If you have additional questions, like I said, please feel free to post them in the chat. We also have more information at njit.edu/apply. We also have both in-person and virtual events happening from now until mid-December. So if you wanted to check those out, the full calendar is at njit.edu/visit. And then if you do have any follow-up questions, feel free to contact us at our admissions email or our direct line. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Shannon. And now we're going to open it up for questions to all of our presenters. You can either post your question in the chat or you can unmute yourself and just ask your question directly. And I'm going to turn off the recording. So before you go anywhere, thank you so much to all of our presenters on behalf of the Jersey City Free Public Library College and Career Readiness Department. Have a great afternoon, everyone.